Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Tuesday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark. Bob, we've made our way here to a Tuesday. What's going on, man? Good to talk to you.
Oh, it's great to talk to you, Beam. Excited to be here.
Yeah.
Excited to go. Ready to rock. Feeling good about life. 12 down, 48 to go.
How about that?
Shark's excited.
Before you know it, it's going to be 24 down, 36 to go.
He's already counting them out. He's already counting them down.
How many segments do you have until you retire, Shark?
Yeah.
How many total segments do you have?
I got to meet with your wife, do a little math on that.
Let's get a little math
How are
done.
we going to celebrate? My dad asked me this. Our juice anniversary.
Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's a day
We're all three
off.
going to get together and get hammered.
We're going to do a Saturday show, Shark?
I'm not.
In honor of it?
No, but I'll be happy to meet with you guys outside the station.
Deal. Done.
Yeah.
Do that little 4-year anniversary.
I'm just making sure, man. I mean, this is your last anniversary with us, so
Yeah. We'll have to ask Schlegel about that coming up here at 6:35.
yeah, what his thoughts are.
And he's going to join us. So usually we talk to him Monday evenings, but he had football practice or something's going on. I love too. He texted us last night. He's like, I'll get you guys our schedule, and then we can work something out. He goes, I'll just join live at 6:35 coming up tomorrow. I'm like, all right, good. Sounds great. So an unfettered, wild Schlegel is going to appear at 6:35. I did have to put the break glass in case of emergency Steph number back on the prep sheet just for today, since we usually pre-contain him, but we'll see what happens with him.
Pre-contain him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's good. We'll try to bottle him up, Schlegs. Or Beam. Schlegs he's a wild beast.
He is.
It's like catching some of them blue cats.
You know, we have to ask him about that too.
Yeah.
Schlegs, what's a blue cat? It's a catfish. We learned that
Yep.
from some of our great YouTube
There's
chatters
something
on
else
there.
that someone was asking that I can't remember what it was.
I don't either.
It was a great question, though. Well, maybe something about AJ and Laura's birthday. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
He'll join us coming up here in a half hour. How's your Monday, man? All right?
It was good. It was good. It was a busy day. Yesterday I went out and played golf out at Rothman's little home track at
Nice.
Little Turtle with Troy Smith. They had an event for NIL and Don't Make It Weird, and it was pretty good. I mean, Vince Young, Ricky Williams, a lot of former Buckeyes.
Sweet.
Truss was there. Thought it started at 10, so I kind of raced over there afterwards. It actually started at 11, which I could have had time to maybe check out some practice and get a little workout in beforehand. So instead, I just went and listened to Beau and slept in the car for about 45 minutes. Before
Not
I
bad. Not a bad alternative.
No, it was good because I was exhausted. I needed the nap. So ended up working out. But then we started at 11. We had practice at 4:30. Pace of play got kind of bogged down a little bit. It's cool. I play with Angelo Dawkins, who is from Fairborn, I want to say.
Okay.
Professional wrestler, though. Wrestled in college. Great dude. We were talking, sharing some stories about different things, football, and great dude. So he was in our group. Jake Stoneburn, and then we had someone play with us. So it was a lot of fun, though.
Nice.
Great event. Pretty good turnout, I think. I think they raised some money for the foundation. And so Buckeyes charged to winning, and onward and upward. I had to go from there, coach a little football for my 5th and 6th, and then Caleb, my youngest, the second graders, he had his first flag football practice yesterday.
Okay.
I set a bag of flags and 2 footballs on the counter because I was going to be a little late coming from one practice to the next. Said, make sure these get with him to practice.
Yes.
The bag of flags did not get there.
Footballs did?
Footballs did. And there was a mesh bag with like jerseys and other stuff that was for my older son. Somehow that got there. It was in the garage. I go, why did we bring that? Well, I thought, no. It was all sitting right there in one little area for you. All you had to do was pick it up and take it in. Couldn't get that executed, though, Beam.
Didn't happen.
Onward and upward.
Hey, sometimes you got to face adversity in these practices. I'm glad you got that done. I had an all right day yesterday. I had to take Willie to the doctor. Had some breathing stuff going on, but he's all right. He's doing fine. So that's what we were dealing with yesterday. He did get an all right, decent nap in, and he slept well last night. That's all. That's all that really matters. So
Perfect.
We're also onward and upward.
Thank you, Jack Daniels.
Yeah, thank you very much. We got an awesome show lined up for here this morning. First AP poll of the college football season is out. Preseason, where do the Buckeyes rank? We'll get into that coming up here in our next segment. As we mentioned, Schlegel will join us live coming up here at 6:35, about 30 minutes away from right now. Tim Walton had some media availability over the weekend. We're going to hear from him.
Freestyle
coming up
Fridays.
Here. Yep, we're going to hear from him coming up here at 7:20. The great Timmy May of Lettermen Row will digress us at 7:35. We'll take a listen back to Schlegel at 8:05 if you miss him at 6:35. And then Uncle Beau, he's going to join the program. We'll talk some Browns with him. Before we get to anything else today, it is Tuesday, the 13th day of August, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Bobo, what do you got lined up for us this morning, buddy?
Oh, boy. It is Tuesday, August 13th. It's an appetizer Tuesday, 226th day of the year. 140 beam remaining. What you think about this?
As soon as we get to actual live football games, that you're going to hit a time warp.
Oh, come like the third week in September, there will be less than 100 days left. And like you said, as you hop in that time machine, it's a hot tub time machine, and next thing you know, it's going to be New Year's Eve, buddy.
It really will
and
be.
That just stinks. It's one day closer to Shark retiring or dying.
Yep. Both.
Both, actually. Everyday Shark, the youngest you'll ever be, is right now.
You too, Bob.
That is true. This date, 1792. Bad news for this guy. King Louis XVI is arrested as a, quote, enemy of the people.
That's not a good thing to get arrested for.
How do you think that ended for him, Shark?
With the guillotine.
Poorly.
That's good. They said swiftly, though. This date, 1889, William Gray of Hartfield, Connecticut, is granted a patent for coin-controlled telephones.
Wow.
To the kids out there, it's called a payphone.
Yeah.
They don't see those anymore.
I don't think. When's the last time you've seen a payphone?
They made that movie about 8 or 9 years ago.
Is it the one where Colin Farrell's stuck in the box?
It's like the only one in Manhattan or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. This is 1942. Major General Eugene Raybould authorizes the construction of building a little mini town for the Manhattan Project as they get that off the ground.
Yep.
1961. East Germany begins to close the border, beginning the building of the Berlin Wall. They called it being Barbed Wire Sunday, so not a great time, obviously, if you're living over there in the Soviet Union, especially in Germany. 1969, Apollo 11. Neil and Buzz get tickets and dinner with the President of the United States. Sit on down for their one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. 2004 to this date, the 28th Olympics in Athens, Greece open up. So a little bit later back then, as they got done here in August. I remember them usually being more
like now
starting of school.
Mid-August.
Yeah, but early August was good over there. Then this date, 2016, Michael Phelps wins his historic 23rd gold medal in the men's 4x100 meter medley relay.
The 30th and last Olympic final for Phelps. 22 golds, 27 total medals.
And here he is, Superman. He's finally hanging up his cape. What a way to head into the sunset.
So Nathan Adrian building the lead on Duncan Scott will indeed give Michael Phelps a gold medal in the final Olympic race of his career with a new Olympic record. 23 golds, 28 total is the final tally.
In 30 finals. That's insane. Absolutely
That's
insane.
a lot of finals.
That it's a lot of finals, and that's a lot of silverware. Goldware, actually.
That's it's impressive stuff right there. Some birthdays today. We've got Annie Oakley, the famed shooter, Buffalo Bill, 1860. John Baird, 1888. He invented the television beam, the boob tube, what locks you in right there.
A great storyteller.
It really is. Alfred Hitchcock, born in this date, 1899. One of the great directors that you will find. This date 1926. Sharks guy, Fidel Castro, was born. Died on 2016. Shark, what are you doing for his birthday today? You gonna have some?
Smoke a Cuban cigar.
There you go. Absolutely. Turning 54 today. Played for the Chiefs for a while. 9 years in the NFL. Went to Michigan. Elvis Gerbach.
Elvis Gerbach, the senior, Willoughby Hills, Ohio. His career versus Ohio State reflected there. Averaging just over 113 yards per game. Leggett checks in. He's the single back. Gerbach looks, takes off, dives, goal line, touchdown, Michigan. Elvis Gerbach. He's hurt.
He was hurt on that play and didn't play again.
He's hurt.
Really?
Never saw the Buckeyes again.
So he averaged 113 yards against Ohio State.
Yeah.
He never lost to Ohio State either. I believe we got a tie. The famous, was it 92?
That was the game right there. Yeah, 92 they tied.
The famous tie. Gordon Gee called it one of the greatest ones in Buckeye history.
You know why they tied, Bob? Michigan missed an extra point.
Really?
After that touchdown that Gerbach scored.
There
I
you
didn't
go.
remember that, yeah.
A little hop in the hot tub time machine for your Shark. Kevin Plank, the founder of Under Armour, turning 52 today. Jason and Devin McCourty, the twins, turning 37 years young today. And DeMarcus Boogie Cousins, turning 35. Some passings today. Passing away on this day, 1946. H.G. Wells, the father of science fiction, wrote a book called The Time Machine, which I actually watched when I was getting my phone fixed about 7 years ago.
Is that what the movie?
That was the movie.
Okay.
I didn't see that. I had to go search it and figure it out because I wanted to see how that thing ended. It wasn't very highly reviewed, critically acclaimed. It was not, but the book is very good. And went back and read that as well. And then this date, 1995, we lost one of the Yankee legends, Mr. Mickey Mantle.
He stood on the pedestal for a generation, but in the end, told kids not to be like him. Mickey Mantle has died at the age of 63 of liver cancer. Good morning, everybody. I'm Jack Edwards. As always, Dick Schaap joins us from New York. And Dick, one wonders if Mantle will be remembered more for his 18 spectacular seasons in Major League Baseball or for what we learned about him in the 26 years since he retired.
Well, Jack, when he was on the playing field, he was a hero, an inspiration, an immortal, a baseball immortal. Off the field, of course, he was very, very mortal. I just hope that the last year of his life, when he was free of alcoholism, when he was fighting against the disease, that this part of his life can be an inspiration to young people the way so many young people were inspired by him when he was a ball player.
I'm going to be honest. I was inspired by the off the field after watching 61. I didn't think you could be that good of a baseball player, Beam, and be the playboy, celebrity, Manhattan. He lived in the Waldorf, Shark. I mean, think of that life.
Living in a hotel?
Yes. I mean, he was basically, oh my gosh, member of the Eagles. Joe Walsh, Life's Been Good to Me.
Yeah.
That song was basically written about Mickey Mantle. I think him and Joe Walsh were the same person.
Mickey's dad died when Mickey was like 40, and so Mantle always thought he would only live to be 40, and so he was like, I'm going to live hard.
Yeah.
It's a great
I'm
plan.
going to die.
It's a great plan. Just, you know what? Here's the good news, Shark. He got to live hard and live longer.
He did.
Outlived Roger Maris. Those darn cigarettes. Some holidays observances today. It's International Left-Handers Day. Was Mickey a lefty?
Sharky's a lefty.
Mickey was a switch hitter, but Sharky's a lefty.
That's right. That's unfortunate, Shark. National Filet Mignon Day and National Prosecco Day. And National Day for Shark to celebrate Fidel Castro. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays observances. For this date, August 13th, the second Tuesday of the month, the 226th day of the year, and 140 days remaining in 2024.
Good job of that, Bob. As always, Ohio State continued its record reign of being ranked in the preseason. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Watch for crews clearing out a crash from earlier this morning on the entrance ramp from 256 to I-70 westbound. Other than that, we're not tracking any major issues across your central Ohio roadways. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Lake Marina, your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Murphy Tractor and Equipment is your source for John Deere construction equipment rental. We rent high-quality equipment and attachments with add-on options in TopCon precision construction technology. Whether you need 1 week or 6 months, we rent a variety of equipment to help you get the job done. All our rental equipment is fully serviced, fueled, and ready to get to work. Let Murphy Tractor be your first choice for your construction equipment rental needs. Visit us online at murphytractor.com.
Driving plays a big part in driving the local economy. It helps us all get where we're going and creates good jobs close to home. At Synovus Energy, our refineries in Toledo and Lima are a reliable domestic source of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Plus, more than 2,300 employees and contractors work for us here in Ohio. See how we're helping local communities move forward at Synovus.com.
For Cleveland Browns preseason football, baby. Catch the Brownies and Vikings live from the land.
Live coverage starts Saturday at 4.
Your Central Ohio home for Browns football, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Pain from arthritis can be just awful. That constant pain that's nagging. Listen, I've experienced it. I don't like it. It was in my knee, but it's feeling better now because it robs you of the stuff you want to do. But there's effective ways to deal with that pain. And my dad and I can both tell you about it. We were able to get lasting relief without medication or surgery. Listen, there's exciting new cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief. And the place that we went was QC Kinetics right here in Columbus. We went and saw Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC. They used their cutting-edge treatments to accelerate our own body's healing properties. His knee was bothering him. He couldn't walk around the way he wanted to. Him and my mom liked to take walks. He was able to go through their treatment protocol and feel so much better. I was able to get it on my knee and I can move around again. It was the relief from that chronic pain that you don't really enjoy at all. So learn how QC Kinetics can use advanced regenerative medicine to treat your pain. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Give them a call at 380-208-4544. They have 3 offices in Dublin, Gahanna, or Grove City.
We're seeing more and more heinous crimes committed in Ohio by illegal immigrants who shouldn't be here.
The driver of the minivan that hit a school bus full of kids in Clark County, now in custody. 52 kids were on board the bus at the time of the crash. 1 was killed. 22 others taken to hospitals.
Hermanio Joseph charged with aggravated vehicular homicide.
Hermanio Joseph is here illegally. But Senator Sherrod Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of violent crimes like aggravated assault, child abuse, and drunk driving. Call Senator Sherrod Brown at 216-522-7272 and tell him to support S4689, the Justice for Jocelyn Act, and start protecting Ohio families, not criminal illegals who shouldn't even be in the country. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, partly cloudy, high 84. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow, high 87. Shower chances are back on Thursday with a high of 88. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beamer and Shark love baseball. Bobby wants to murder Rob Manfred with his bare hands. See? A little something for everyone. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment, around 6:35, the one and only Anthony Schlegel. He's going to join the program live this morning, too. We didn't get a chance to talk to him last night, so he's going to join us coming up here in about 15 minutes' time. We're all very excited for that. I saw Jerry Emick post this yesterday, Bob, and I didn't realize it had been this long, but it does make sense. So the Ohio State football team, a first AP poll came out yesterday, preseason AP poll in college football came out yesterday. The Ohio State football team will begin 2024 ranked number 2 in the AP top 25. Sorry, got a little cold from Willie. Extending its nation's best streak of preseason poll appearances. Active streaks.
34?
AP preseason poll. You shorted them by 2 years.
36, okay.
36 straight years that the Buckeyes have been ranked in the AP top 25 in the preseason poll. The next best team is trailing the Buckeyes by 9. That would be Oklahoma at 25. Georgia's at 23. Bama goes back 17 years. And Clemson goes all the way back to 2011 in 13 years. So Ohio State, 36 straight years to being ranked in the preseason AP top 25. I was not alive.
I was going to ask, yeah.
I was not alive the last time Ohio State entered a season unranked.
So that would have been 1988, if I'm not mistaken, Shark?
Yeah.
It would have been one of the years they lost to Indiana, the second year, Dark Day 2.
That's not good.
Yeah, they lost to them back-to-back. You remember that year, Sharky?
I do remember that year.
Tell me a story about it.
Well, it was John Cooper's first year. You know, interestingly enough, in 79, do you have that list? Because I was looking at Jerry's notes today.
In 79, that's when they
79, they went undefeated, went to the Rose Bowl, lost by a point.
They won a national
year.
championship that year.
Earl's first year. And they were not ranked in the preseason that year. Now, a lot of that probably was like, okay, Woody's gone. Voters didn't know who Earl Bruce was at that time. But, yeah, John Cooper came in 88.
They were worried the team wouldn't have discipline because they wouldn't have someone to lay the hammer down on the sideline.
I guess. Although, as you found out, Earl did like to lay the hammer down.
Yeah, but they didn't see him actually hit somebody, so they were worried.
Or tear up any sideline markers or anything like that.
Beam, there's an unbelievable montage they used to play during the week, and one of them is Woody Shark grabbing the chains and throwing them onto the field.
That's great.
I mean, I look at this stuff. People talk about it as a kid, and so I'm like, this is insanity. They would throw you out of the game now.
In an Ohio State-Michigan game, Tom Darden of the Wolverines intercepted a pass, and the game was basically over. But he interfered. He climbed over the back of the receiver to do it. They didn't call a penalty, and Woody took the yard marker and tore it up and threw it.
Throwing stuff onto the field at the official.
I hated Tom Darden, and then the Browns drafted him in the first round, and I loved him.
It was some remarkable stuff. But you go think about that. Bama's only goes back to Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Clemson's goes back to Dabo. Oklahoma's goes back to Stoops, I'm thinking.
25 years, so 1999.
So Stoops got that job, yeah. We've been one of the few programs that had been able to transition coach, and still always be ranked.
Well, what's a little surprising, 2 of Coop's teams didn't go to a bowl game. His first year in 88 when they weren't ranked, and then his second to last year.
99.
Yeah, but 99.
89.
99.
Or 99.
99.
No, yeah, in 2000, they lost to South Carolina.
Yep.
Tress came in, and they were ranked in 2001 in the preseason poll, which is a little surprising given how things ended with Coop, and the fact that Tressel was kind of an unknown coach.
Is that the Ryan Brewer game, the South Carolina? I just remember that guy's
2 years
name.
in a row he got us.
Yeah.
Because Bob, I guess would have been Bob's senior year in high school. We played him again, South Carolina.
That was when they had the big lead. We came back.
Belisari was benched in the first half. He was coming off a suspension.
Off the DUI. I remember it was after the Illinois game that they lost.
Yes.
Yeah, lost. Yeah.
28-7, South Carolina was up.
But we come back, tie it up. We're driving, chance to win the game. We don't get it on 4th down. Some sort of penalty happens. They get some yardage. And next thing you know, they're kicking with like 10 seconds left and hit like a 50-some yard.
Tied the game 28-28 with 1:54 left.
Yeah.
Ohio State intercepted a South Carolina pass. Belisari threw an interception.
That's
South
what it
Carolina
was.
got the ball back in good field position, kicked the field goal.
It was like consecutive interceptions. You remember that, Shark?
Yeah, and the field goal made it by about an inch over the crossbar.
Barely over. Barely over. I was against Lou Holtz. That Jim Tressel is going to be one heck of a football coach at Ohio State.
What's your thoughts on Ryan Day, Coach?
Yeah. Even know who Ryan Day was then. But it's pretty remarkable.
The quarterback at the Shire at that time.
Exactly. He would have been. But like all the transitions they've had.
Yeah.
That 99 team, that was the year, Shark, do you remember when they lost? Was it 99 or 2000? It would have been 2000, I think, because that 2000 team was ranked 2. 99 was ranked in the top 5, I think, to start the season. That or 2000. I can't. It was the year they lost to Minnesota here.
Oh, gosh.
And Nate.
Well, no, that would have been in 2000 because Glenn Mason
was going to get the job.
That was going to catapult him to the Ohio State job.
Who was their leading receiver? Oh, my gosh. I can't remember his name.
In 2000?
In Minnesota or Ohio
Minnesota. He lit up Nate Clemens. Lit him up for like 250 yards. I was at that game. I came. If you want to talk about like an awkward after the game recruiting situation, we just got smoked by Minnesota. And they used to play coming down the ramp. And so this is the story that I wanted to get to with it. Coming down the ramp, they would sing, "We ready, we ready, we ready for y'all." And Coach Haycock goes, "I hate that song." He goes, "They sang that crap against Minnesota."
Ron Johnson.
And Ron Johnson kicked our butts.
Buckeye Slayer.
Oh, my gosh. Do you see if you could look at the game numbers on that?
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. How many yards did he have? Like 230?
8 catches, $163, and a touchdown.
Yeah. And it was on Nate Clemens, who was a first-round draft pick. I mean, this dude looked like David Boston out there. I mean, they looked far better. What was the score of that game?
The score
31-17?
of that final game, Bob. Why did I just moved off it? 29-17.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't close. Like, it wasn't a one-score game at the end. But Coach Haycock, some of the guys wanted to sing that. He's like, "Stop, shut that crap up."
Didn't even turn the ball over in that game either.
Yeah.
They straight up beat you.
It was, 8 for 170. That's a day on a first-round corner. I mean, it was because they had Antoine Winfield, Ahmed Plummer, Nate Clemens, back-to-back-to-back, 3 first-round corners. And Nate was a good player. And he just got burnt. He got torched that day. And that was like the beginning of the end right there because they never recovered. I think Ohio State was probably ranked then. And then they got just mollywopped, and that was it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. They held Ohio State that day to 200 yards, 70 on the ground, and $130 in the air.
It's a good offensive day.
Minnesota, on the other hand, went for 381, 138 on the ground, 243 in the air.
Yeah, it was.
And a lot of that, I mean, of the 243 is coming from Mr. Johnson.
Yeah,
163 of it.
8. I mean, it was a big day. It wasn't like he had 14 catches for that. I mean, it was like 15 yards a chunk.
Holy smokes!
It was a rough one. And I was there in the in Ohio Stadium in the shoe, probably about 7 or 8 rows up, right there behind the bench, watching defensive coaches go crazy, throw headsets. People were not happy about the situation at all, Beam.
Schlegel, he joins us live next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, heading out the door, no crashes to tell you about. We are watching things pick up on I-71 as you make your way into downtown. Also on 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your fan traffic.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. As a business owner in these uncertain economic times, you struggle to guard your life's work against unexpected challenges. But can it withstand the sudden disruption of a divorce? In divorce, financials are scrutinized and the company itself could be in jeopardy. When your hard-earned work is at risk, count on our experience and advocacy in handling these matters at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Hi, this is Justin Hinderer. Come see us at John Hinderer Ford in Washington Courthouse for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles in Fayette County. We're all in on America and proud to be your Ford AgPack dealer. Don't forget to ask about our convenience and mobile service at the home of the lifetime powertrain guarantee, including engine, transmission, rear differential, and drive shaft on all qualifying vehicles. John Hinderer Ford, just off 62 at Washington Courthouse, or hindererford.net. We love what moves you.
There's never a good time for your furnace or air conditioner to stop working. But we're honored that for the past 100 years, Atlas Butler customers have relied on us the night before Thanksgiving, the day before their wedding, and even Christmas morning for fast, convenient service. Your trust means everything. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler's at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey, Buckeye fans, ready for the chance to win one of 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences? As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for two to the Oregon game, and exclusive access to the Ryan Day Coaches Show. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 winners. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Your Saturdays are now full and Sundays. And don't forget about Monday and Thursdays, too. You know the drill. It's football season. We are your home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and the NFL. If you change the channel, you're a loser. The Fan.
Life. It's full of strange twists and unexpected surprises. But at AAA, it's always been our policy to look on the plus side. And our AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin, for example. Last Monday, his morning coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. Ouch! It was just the jolt of energy he needed to start the day. Later, when his shirt was targeted by the mustard on his burger, he became a proud trendsetter.
Martin, looking good.
And when he walked face first into a sparkling glass door, he was happy to provide some much-needed entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And of course, when his car battery took early retirement, Martin felt no resentment. He knew there was a plus side. AAA's expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA. Are you in a safe location?
While we can't all be like Martin, we can become a AAA Plus member and experience the peace of mind that comes with living on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Hear that? The sound of adorable little birds in your garden. And if you were here, you'd taste the 2 sweet but tiny tomatoes you grew all by yourself. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens when you're riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive on your way to the store for a pack of normal-sized tomatoes. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without getting your hands dirty. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
When your job demands more than just hard work, trust Timberland Pro, the brand that defines superior comfort, performance, and durability. Built on a legacy of craftsmanship, Timberland Pro provides boots and apparel that stand up to the toughest challenges. Our products are as resilient as the skilled men and women who wear them. From the workshop to the job site, Timberland Pro is there with you every step of the way, blending innovation with time-tested quality. Discover why professionals choose Timberland Pro. Always do, never done. Visit timberlandpro.com or your local Timberland Pro dealer.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
Here's Long here, a little Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. And at this time, every Tuesday, we get to check in with this fella. Not usually live, though.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
As we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our great friend, Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, happy Tuesday, buddy. How long you been awake?
5 minutes, baby. What's up, Columbus?
Have you had a chance to get your coffee in yet?
Nope, don't even need it.
What?
Don't even need it. I'm already juiced. I'm already ready to go. I have my daughter coming downstairs. She actually is the one that kind of woke me up. Are you doing your show yet? Are we training? I'm like, yes, no, let's go. And I'm up. So I got a pre-workout made, and I'll sip on that after this, and we'll get out there and we'll do some legs, you know?
Oh, it's a Schleg Day?
Yeah, it's Schleg Day all the time, Tuesdays. I like it.
What do we got on it? What type of legs? What type of legs we got working here, Schlegs? What are we doing?
Well, the hard thing is like normally with a trainer like the Buckeye Group, like we run. we've been running. It's been great. But like down here, because I'm trying to work out with her in the morning because I'll train her, kids all go to school. Then Hunter gets home early from school and he's like, hey, I want you to run us. And then they lift in the garage. And then Sam has football practice from 6:30 to 8:30. I mean, I'm just sweating all day long. So I got to run with the boys at like 1:30. Now, it's hot down here, man. It's hot. I'm like taking 3 showers a day. But it's great. So what do you say? What's on the docket for today?
Yeah.
Okay, man.
We're getting ready to train Faith. What are you going to what we got?
No, today's dynamic effort, Bower. It'll be great.
Can you explain what?
8 to the 2 chain squats for her. I won't use bands, but we'll do that. We got some like activation, mobility, stability work, a little activation, and then we go into some core because I always like to get that rolling before I squat. And then some upper back, some groin squeezes, then some dynamic chain, heavy barbell RDL, lateral lunges, some single leg hamstring stuff, lying banded hip, some TKEs, calf, and some weighted ankle stiffness stuff, band stretch. I mean, it's like 45 minutes out. A lot of volume, really fast, really dynamic.
Nice.
So I want to feel springy.
You'd be proud of me. So I mean, William the other day lifted up like an 8-pound medicine ball, and I'm like, I gotta do something to be able to stave him off in future years. I've just been doing like farmer's carry around my house with dumbbells. That's all I've been doing.
That's great. So, hey, you play a lot of golf.
Yep.
You need that. You know.
So
work on your grip strength.
There you go, Schlegel. Yeah, get that good strength going that you want to see right there. Get it rolling a little bit. How was football practice last night? We got Sammy going. What we got? What's happening here?
Yeah, we got Sam going. It's amazing because there's a guy that's now coaching with us. Just moved here from. He's in the Navy. He played at the Naval Academy. Played offensive line there back in the day. He's fantastic. He's a trip, man. Yeah, and he he's still in the Navy. So I mean, like the words that are coming out of his mouth aren't necessarily like PC.
It's good.
I was sitting there cracking up, and but he's fantastic, and we're going through it. It's just like it's great because you see your kid and it's like, hey, all the things that you need to work on that Dad's been trying to get you to work on that you haven't decided to work on are all the things that you have to work on, bro. There you go. But he's willing to get in there, and you got to look at like certain growth patterns, So I mean, he definitely needs to work on his ability to change direction and bend. I mean, it's not good whatsoever, and or running, but I don't really care because he's 12 years old. I would say this though, like I always.
So, I get our 12-year-olds to bend. I mean, we get down there. We're gonna get our knees.
But everybody's different. Mine aren't. Mine's not. I don't. And that's the thing here. I'm gonna give you guys some parenting 101.
Put a shoot in your house, Schlegel.
I ain't losing a relationship based off of a sports athletics, especially when they're getting straight A's and stuff in school. But here's the thing, like you got to make sure that they understand where they are. And then you also got to look and say, like, hey, man, here's why you're not starting because of X, Y, and Z. And guess what? I'm willing to work with you on these things. So is your brother and sister. But you have to be willing to do it. And you haven't thus far, but now you do, so that's good. And then it's also like, hey, you know what? I really appreciate that you will go stick your face in there and try to hit somebody. That's really good.
That's what she said.
Tackles. Yep, of course you did, Bob. You would like that. You would know. Probably for you, a he. Then the next one would be, hey, you know what? I really appreciate the fact that you don't, like, talk back or have another comment every time I coach you.
Nice.
That's a win.
Yeah.
That's a win, guys. That's a win. So those are the things I look for, and so we're seeing growth. But then, Hunter's, we're going to do some baseball prospect camps coming up, and Faith's doing cheer, and she always gets mad at me because I tell her that cheer's not a sport, but it is. It is.
It's a competition.
it's a competition. I mean, I was like, man, I really wish you would have done a real sport. And I said that last night. She like looked at me, and of course I was joking 100% because she works her face off. But I think she would be amazing at field hockey. But we didn't. There's no field hockey down here. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I think she could body check somebody. I was like, well, what about rugby? She's like, well, you want me to look like that? And I'm like, dude, they're feminine. Like, what are you talking about? You know? It's cool nowadays to just, like, out-bench dudes, out-squat dudes, you know? Anyways, it's all good.
He is Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. So we were listening every day at 7:48, 7:50-ish. We pull up an old archive of you, and we play it. The other day you were talking about killing, 600 pigs, and then you had a nice aside where you said, and then I also, caught 12 blue cats. What's the differentiation between just a regular catfish and a blue cat?
Oh, man, you got, like, channel cat, you got blue cats, there's a bunch of different catfish. But, like, when we went to Lake Tawakoni, they had a... Yeah, exactly. They had a bunch of blue cats. So, and that's what we would do. We would go hunt. We would go fish, and it was amazing. I was like, Steph, hey, and that's where, you allowed your passions to somewhat be excessive, and you could try to get away. It's like, Steph, I have to go. Like, what do you mean you have to go? Like, we're doing a church outreach, okay, with Metroflex. Like, we're gonna go feed homeless people. And I got to go catch the food, and kill it. Really? You're really doing it for that reason alone. It's not that you have your own dogs and want to go kill pigs, right?
Is that when Buddy was around?
Yeah, Buddy was around at this time, but you also got to remember I only had Buddy for literally one day. I had Buddy for one day, so he doesn't even count. He wasn't even part of the squad. He wasn't even part of the squad. This was back when I had Hat and Smoke and Roscoe and Bill and Victor and Lex, and man, those are good dogs.
So I was leaving the Woody the other day, and someone had a truck, and in the bed they had dog cages, and I thought,
I saw that. Was that little gray truck?
Yes, and I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, who other than you would have dog cages in the bed of their truck?
I miss that. First off, you said 600, it was 700. Second off, I made my own dog box. I welded it together, and it was quite impressive. Man, those are good times. Like, it's like nostalgia. It's like when you go on, you turn on, like you're just driving. You got to drive for a hot minute, and you go on and you'll go to like the old playlist, and you'll throw on some DMX, you'll throw on some UGK. You're just like, yeah, this was a good time back then. And what else would I do? I mean, you know what nostalgia had? Last night, Dad, did you guys know Wendy's got Frosties for $1?
Yeah.
I used to pound Frosties. And I was like, Steph was like, man, you used to love a Frosty. I'm like, you know what? Right now, if you gave me a Frosty, I would pound that thing. I would eat the crap out of that deal. But I haven't had a Frosty in a hot minute. They used to have Texas double cheeseburgers at Wendy's. And they were called Texas double. They're probably called something else, probably a double cheeseburger up here. But they used to be for $1 too. I get like $5 and like 2 Frosties, man. $7 and some change.
Living like a king.
Amazing. Oh, like a king, man. Arby's had 5 for $5, so you get 10, right? Taco Bell had a 10-pack, right? And then I also get a Mexican pizza, como esta, right? And some of those cinnamon twists.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, dang, right? And then I'd have another place. El Phoenix had like enchilada something day.
El Phoenix.
I would be up in there. Yeah, man, El Phoenix, bro. I'd be up in there just eating some enchiladas. Yeah, man. Like, can I get more chips with this salsa? Yeah, man. It was amazing. Those are just good times. Good times.
Buddy, we always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here.
I appreciate you guys, man. Hey, Columbus, Ohio. Get your mind right. It's going to be an exciting year for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes! See you guys.
There he goes. Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. I love having that guy on when we talk to him Mondays. I love having him on live. You never know what you're going to get when you talk to him live. It's great. One NFL player was traded to a new team during the offseason, is now requesting a trade before he's even played his snap. We'll do that in Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, heading out the door, no crashes to tell you about. We are watching things pick up on I-71 as you make your way into downtown. Also on 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Choice Cabinet. Are you stuck in your car dreaming about new cabinets? Check out my guys at Choice Cabinet, choicecabinet.com.
You never know if the person next to you in line is a McMuffin, a McGriddles, biscuit, or burrito person. But what you do know is that every last one of us in line for our McDonald's breakfast this morning were brave enough to get out of bed a few minutes early.
Right now, get a $2 breakfast sandwich like a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or sausage McMuffin with egg, only in the app. Offer valid one time per day from 7/29 to 9/1/24. Participating McDonald's must opt into rewards.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Did your mobile provider just increase their prices again? Switch to Spectrum Mobile, the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. With Spectrum Mobile, you get unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Switching to Spectrum Mobile has never been easier. We'll pay off your phone balance up to $2,500. Stop dealing with price hikes from your cell phone company. Get Spectrum Mobile. Visit spectrum.com/itpays-to-switch for full details. Offer subject to change. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
This week, find hot summer deals in one stop at Meijer. Shop locally grown sweet corn, 5 for $2, pork butt for $1.69 per pound, and hamburger helper for just $1. Plus, earn M-Perks points every time you shop for groceries, apparel, and at the pump. You even earn points at the Meijer Pharmacy, so schedule your flu shot today. Available now. Meijer has all you need in just one stop, and the same low Meijer prices in-store and online. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Tired of waiting for your auto service to be completed at the dealership? Hi, this is Justin Hinderer with the Hinderer Motor Company. Let our experienced factory-trained technicians come to you in our mobile service truck. 90% of all repairs can be done at your home or office. Brakes, recalls, maintenance, it can all be done on your terms when you need us with our mobile service truck. Go to HindererMotorCompany.com and schedule mobile service today. That's HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Sunday's a time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tito and Devere Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
It's Logan Services 55th anniversary sale. Replace your air conditioner and save up to 55% on a qualifying Trane furnace. Take action with a free estimate. Fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
Murphy Tractor and Equipment is your source for John Deere construction equipment rental. We rent high-quality equipment and attachments with add-on options in TopCon precision construction technology. Whether you need 1 week or 6 months, we rent a variety of equipment to help you get the job done. All our rental equipment is fully serviced, fueled, and ready to get to work. Let Murphy Tractor be your first choice for your construction equipment rental needs. Visit us online at murphytractor.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Stress Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, partly cloudy, high 84. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 87. A chance of showers on Thursday with a high of 87. A chance of showers again on Friday with highs in the middle to upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We're here on The Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sharky.
Yes, sir.
Happy Tuesday to you.
Reporting to duty, sir. Philadelphia edge rusher Hassan Reddick was so disgruntled this offseason, he requested a trade. The Eagles accommodated him, sent Reddick to the Jets for a third-round pick. That didn't make him any happier. Reddick showed up for his physical and introductory press conference, but hasn't been seen since. No OTAs, no mini camps, no training camp. He's getting fined $50,000 for every day that he misses practice. But Reddick is not happy with the contract that he signed a few years ago. He's set to make $14.25 million this season, but says that's not enough. So for the second time in 5 months, he has requested a trade. Beamer, the Jets said, sorry, we're not trading you.
Yeah, their GM, Joe Douglas, came out yesterday and said that, nope, we're not going to do that. We have no intentions. We traded for you for a reason. He is supposed to make, Bob, $14.25 million in base pay. That is a non-guaranteed contract. He's already racked up like 1 point something in fines for skipping training camp. And remember now, under the new CBA, it used to be a number that grew, and then if you came back and renegotiated with the team, signed a contract, they would waive the penalty, so then you would get that money back. That's not the case now. Like, these guys are actually getting fined this amount of money, so he's going to have to make up for it. He's in the final year of a 3-year, $45 million contract. Danielle Hunter, who had the same production rate as Reddick over the last 2 seasons, signed a 2-year, $49 million contract in free agency. So 3 years, $45 for Hassan. 2 years, $49 for Danielle Hunter.
So he wants about another $8 to $10 million.
And therein lies the problem for the New York Football Jets. Now, when we talked about Brandon Ayuk, we said there are 2 parts to this deal, which makes it difficult. You have to get Brandon Ayuk to agree to, first of all, to a trade destination. You then have to get him to agree to a contract extension. You also have to give the San Francisco 49ers enough back in return to make both parties happy. Now, the Jets traded for Hassan Reddick, made the Eagles happy, did not make Hassan Reddick happy in doing so, and that's why you're seeing this.
I thought they were going to redo the deal when they traded him. That's the thing.
I know.
It seemed like that was trending that way. He came in, he spoke very glowingly about the Jets and everything.
I'm out of here.
And then maybe, I don't know, when they saw the deals and stuff that's floating around and what he wanted, like, no, we're not going to commit to you long term. Like, I think it would behoove them to keep him for another couple years and mirror that window with Aaron Rodgers, but maybe they might. I mean, they've paid a lot of guys. I don't know how they might be able to afford some of that. Like, they might be too tight on the cap.
Reddick isn't the only player unhappy with his contract. Patriots pass rusher Matthew Judon is set to make $6.5 million in the final year of his deal. New England offered him an extension this summer, but he said no thanks. So while the Jets aren't willing to trade Reddick, the Patriots may be willing to deal Judon. Shefty says
they trade them for each other.
Yeah, and they can both be unhappy with their new teams. Shefty says multiple teams are inquiring. Bobby, what would it take to first acquire Judon and then to pay him?
Well, the thing is, it's just like the Reddick deal. I mean, he's going to want $25 million a year. I think to get a guy his age, he's still productive, and he's been good over the last couple seasons. He's been a little hurt at times. Mm-hmm. So I think they probably want to see more production and health.
Only played in 4 games last year.
But 2 years ago, he was really good,
yes.
I want to say. But I wouldn't give up anything more than a 3rd or 4th round pick, which is what the Jets gave up for Reddick. And then they still have the same issue. Like, you still got to pay the guy.
15 and a half sacks for Matthew Judon in 2022. Played in 4 games last year, had 4 sacks and 13 tackles. Like, when he's on the field, he's great. He's never really had reliability issues, Bob. That's been the 1 year under all of these, like, productive years for Matthew Judon, where that's been the one kind of, weird happenstance. So I don't know what's going to happen. I was just looking at the Jets salary cap, too, which is... It's weird that they don't want to do the deal with him because next year they have $58 million of cap space. This year, in this season, the New York Jets currently still have about $20 million in cap space to move around.
Yeah, well, they've got the money then. They should be going after him. Maybe they thought they'd be able to give him 20, but Beam, if he wants like 25 guaranteed this year,
you're
like,
right.
There's a lot. Maybe they thought they could lop on a little bit more and they'd be good. But
who gets? I see an impasse happening with Hassan Reddick and the Jets. I see Matthew Judon more likely to get traded than Hassan Reddick.
Yeah.
Do you?
I know Vrabel's. Yeah. Yes, because I don't think the Jets are going to trade. They just traded for him.
I know. A few months ago.
Was it the transfer portal? Zip in, zip out. Come on now.
The Bengals are taking it day by day with one of their stars. We'll do that in the re-rack coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. No crashes as you head out the door on your Central Ohio roadways. Watching things pick up on 33 on the southeast side. Also on I-70 on the far east side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
CBUS Top Picks Best Credit Union, BMI Federal Credit Union has 47 financial coaches to help you meet your financial needs and goals. Visit bmifcu.org/coach to get started today.
Delaware County Veterans Services invites you to visit the Wall That Heals from September 12th through the 15th at Havner Park in Liberty Township. Pay homage to those that have served in the Vietnam War. The Wall That Heals is free and open to the public. To learn more, please visit thewallthathealsohio.com.
Ready for all those warm weather get-togethers? Fill up your grocery basket at Giant Eagle. Giant Eagle's Deals for Days program features more than 1,000 deals on your favorite items, so you can save more on what you like most. Barbecue parties, graduations, communions, they're all easier to plan when you buy at Giant Eagle. These low prices are available for a limited time at your Giant Eagle and Market District, so save today. Find more information on Deals for Days at gianteagle.com.
Columbus is my home. I was born and raised here. Went to high school here. Attended Ohio State University. Both my grandparents and my parents built their businesses here. At Rosati Windows, we're very passionate about giving back to this community. We support education, healthcare, the Columbus Fire Division, high school athletics, the Buckeye Range. A portion of every window we sell goes to support these programs and more. As a local company, we see the need in our community and we lend a hand.
When there's a United Dairy Farmers nearby, fan favorites are too. Score a set of 6 Cincinnati Reds player cups for $19.99. Ellie, Green, India, Steer, Diaz, and McLean cups only at UDF while supplies last.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's Wrangler season out there. T-shirt days, denim jacket nights. A pair of broken-in jeans you could live in. Open roads, endless horizons, no destinations. This is when adventure starts calling. And you need to be ready in jeans that are made for the unpredictable journey that we call life. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. It was a fun night for Spencer Steer in Cincinnati. He got to start at second base for the first time this season. He got to bat leadoff for the third time, and he had his first career multi-homer game. Steers 2 homers and 5 RBIs helped the Reds beat the Cardinals 6-1. In Cleveland, the Guardians bullpen had a rough night against the Cubs. Starter Ben Lively allowed 3 runs over 3 2/3 innings. Then 5 relievers combined to allow 5 runs as Cleveland blew an 8-3 lead over the Cubs. However, Josh Naylor came through with an RBI single in the 8th, giving the Guards a 9-8 victory. Browns coach Kevin Stefanski said Deshaun Watson won't play in this weekend's preseason game against Minnesota, but he will play in the preseason finale next week at Seattle. The Sports Center is sponsored by Roosters. They're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for 2 to Oregon, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
Beamer is tweeting about Formula One.
Oh, hells yes.
Bobby is tweeting Rick Springfield concert video. Both are a cry for help.
This is one twisted mother.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us on a Tuesday. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here, 7:35, we will be digressed by the great Timmy May of Lettermen Row in about 35 minutes' time. If you missed Schlegel in the 6 o'clock hour, fear not, we're going to replay him 1 hour from now around 8:05. And then Uncle Beau, he's going to round out the program with us as he does every Tuesday. We'll talk some Cleveland Browns football for him. So Timmy May, 7:35, Schlegel again at 8:05, Uncle Beau coming up at 8:35.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Reds with a nice win yesterday. Sharky mentioned that in the update. Good night for Spencer Steer. Any strikeouts for Ellie, Sharky? I know we're on the strikeout counter. I know he hit a homer.
Didn't look.
A couple of hits and a homer in there.
Didn't look at the box score.
6-1, they beat the Cards. Got that done. A pretty eventful night for the Gardos. A 9-8 victory against the Cubs. Had the lead, gave up the lead, took the lead back.
Snip, snap.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, are we going the Gardiac kids, Shark, right now? Is that their mantra?
Yeah, this bullpen is weary. Weary, Beam.
Dazed and confused.
Fatigued.
Yeah.
Overworked.
Why don't they give them a day off and let somebody go 9?
Yeah. I like the way you think, Bob. Maybe you should become the skipper.
Why don't we go position player pitcher?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's become the new fad in Major League Baseball. I mean, we know it's happened over the years, but guys nowadays, position players will just try to throw it as slow as they possibly can.
Yeah, you have to be down by at least 8 runs.
Why? We could be an innovator. You could do it when you're up like 3 or 4.
That'd be going against the rules of baseball.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
I thought going against the rules of baseball was pulling a pitcher with a no-hitter, but we seem to have blown past that stop sign long ago.
Yeah, exactly. That's amazing.
Is there any rules of baseball that are still holy to you, Shark?
Oh, my gosh. At least they're playing 9 innings.
The Ghost Runner. The 7-inning doubleheader, Shark.
Josh Naylor could give you a few good innings out there.
I don't recognize the sport that I grew up with.
Anyways, they beat the Cubs last night. Back in action tonight. Crew at home against Miami. 7:30 Leagues Cup action tonight over at Lower.com Field.
The little Argentinian? He's
he's still hurt from the Euros when he busted up his ankle.
Is he going to come and just wave to people maybe?
I doubt that he's here.
Probably on South Beach, Fontainebleau, hanging out.
Living a great life.
Getting drunk and eating drugs.
What sounds better than that? Nothing, really. I would expect that Messi's not. Well, I don't think he's going to be here, too. He's not going to play tonight. So we got that Leagues Cup at 7:30 tonight over at Lower.com Field. Tickets still pretty cheap if you want to get out there and go. I mean, for a nice little Tuesday affair, a little midweek game. Did
they discount them then, Bean, after they charged $8 billion to go see him?
Well, so this is the weird thing with Leagues Cup is it's a knockout tournament, and it's a creation of our guy, Dong Arbor. And I don't love the Leagues Cup. I think it's dumb because if you're good enough, you will play the Mexican teams anyways.
Yeah.
So it's MLS versus Liga MX. And so they have a group stage, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, where the Crew had already qualified to the knockout rounds because they won MLS Cup last year. So they already got a fast pass basically into the knockout round. So they didn't have to play the group stages, but they shut down league play for like a month. Like 5-6 weeks
to play
the Leagues Cup, which is just a manufactured tournament, which they just created last year.
Do you think that Rob Manfred, Shark, and Dong Arbor could get together and solve a lot of our problems?
I think they would create a lot more than they solved.
Are you talking like Politically running for office?
Oh, world problems.
Yes.
Get them over there in the Middle East right now.
Yes.
Get them down with Zelensky and Putin.
I will vote for them today. One is president, the other is vice president, so they get out of my sports.
Vice President Dong here. Yeah, so the Crew play tonight, round of 16 over at lower.com field. No update from Bengals camp on Jamar Chase. I know we just talked about Matthew Judon kind of holding in, Hassan Reddick holding out and not even showing up to Jets camp. Now, the Bengals are in an interesting situation, obviously, with Jamar Chase, right? I mean, you go into this year, you know that T. Higgins is playing on the tag. Mm-hmm. That is what, 21.5 million?
He showed up and is there, though.
He showed up. He's there, and he's been adamant that he didn't want to play under the tag. Now, he will go away after next year. He will sign for a different team. Doesn't look like the Bengals are going to be able to get that contract done. They didn't even really talk about a contract in the offseason. They just are at a pass, said, okay, this is going to be your last year in Cincinnati, and then you can go somewhere else. Zach Taylor said yesterday, we'll see. We're just keeping it day by day. He and I have had good conversations. It's not the biggest thing in the world for Jamar Chase to miss training camp, Bob, but it's not the best when you feel like Joe Burrow's been out there for the first time really relatively healthy. He's obviously had the wrist injury coming off of last year, but he's been out there, played in the preseason game just in the first series over the weekend. It stinks for the Bengals that it's now Jamar Chase, and really it's Mike Brown unwilling to pay Jamar Chase, even though we know at some point they will. They have to. They have to pay Jamar Chase. I don't know what's taken this process so long for them to come to a negotiation.
Well, because as they've talked about that, Justin Jefferson, I think, threw a wrench in it. He believes he's better probably than Justin Jefferson. That's his former college teammate and a friend. So don't think that there's not going to be some natural rivalry there, Beam. And when they drug it out this long, he got paid, and now he's going to want more than that $35 million that's sitting there. Isn't that what Jefferson got?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to want more than that. When they probably
35.1, whatever it is.
And maybe they were talking, and he knew what he was asking for and everything else. So I don't know, but I don't know. The thing is, they're going to be done with training camp here in a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. Now, these deals, like, deadlines make deals.
Yeah.
So, like, you can do nothing for 6 months, and then you get down to 48 hours. And it's like, here's the basic structure, bam, 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 negotiate these points, work on things, and you can get it done. But for a team that is kind of all in on what this is the last ride of this iteration of the Bengals, this is not what you want, is your star receiver not practicing with your quarterback who's coming back from a wrist injury.
That and your other star receiver, and T. Higgins, is already...
He's on his way out.
He's on his way out. You know that he's going to be gone next year. And then you also have the Trey Hendrickson thing that's hanging over your head. Hey, I just signed a contract. Now I want a new contract extension because I'm overperforming my deal. Like, they've got a lot of different areas and avenues that they're kind of moving pieces on the chessboard to try and figure out just for this season.
Absolutely. And you would think for this year, they would want to try to go and make sure everything's at least hemmed up as much as possible.
They have $20 million of cap space still this year.
Well, and they got to pay. The thing is, you got to pay.
I know.
Higgins, you may have to give some of that to Hendrickson and trying to allocate
because again,
that.
T. Higgins' salary.
Well, not Higgins, I mean pay Chase.
But T. Higgins' salary is all guaranteed.
Guaranteed. That's all in the books this year.
Yeah,
a $20+ million is cooked.
Yep,
it's in there. You're not, unless you give them a long-term deal, you can't spread that money. It is what it is right there.
The only players really of note that the Bengals have guaranteed salary for next year is Joe Burrow and then Jamar Chase. And that's basically it. No guaranteed salary for Trey Hendrickson, none for Orlando Brown, none for Rankins, none for Sam Hubbard, Alex Kappa, Logan Wilson, Karras, Jermaine Pratt, Drew Sample, Geno Stone. Like, none of those guys carry any guarantees into next season.
Yeah.
It could be a significantly different roster.
Oh, it could be. There's a chance it will be after they pay Chase because they're going to have to spend a lot of money on him.
Yeah, absolutely they are, man. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. Sharky, are you excited about the Browns and that Deshaun Watson's going to play in the preseason finale against the Seahawks?
Oh, yeah. I'll be tuned in for that.
Did Kevin Stefanski have anything to say about that? I know you had cut up some press conference
I did. I'd cut up a lot of Kevin Stefanski sound this morning because I was so excited to get in here and listen to Kevin.
Talk a lot and say nothing?
Yes. I would say this is his 5th season as Browns coach. Yeah. I would say I've heard 95% of his press conferences, and my ears are bleeding. I'm going to bleed to death.
That's your guy. It's Coach of the Year.
He's 2-time Coach of the Year, Beam. That doesn't mean he's entertaining.
I got good news for you on the Browns, though. It was announced yesterday for the third straight season, Brownie the Elf will be on the 50-yard line of the stadium at the fan vote.
Elfie the Brown?
Mm-hmm. Brownie the Elf. What do you call him, Shark?
Elfie the Clown.
Elfie the Clown. Why do you hate that guy so much?
Come on. What kind of a logo is that? It belongs on a church league softball team.
That is true. That's a pretty good description of what it looks like, Beamer. I'm just excited, Shark, that I'm doing this integrity and respect modular that we have.
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, you're going to great. Jack is going to apply for a managerial position that is open in his department. He mentions to his boss, Valerie, and she says, I have a big say in who gets the job. There are a lot of interests in this position, but I'm interested in you. How about you come by my place for some dinner we can discuss the promotion? Jack thinks this might be considered sexual harassment. Here's your answer, Shark. This is likely an instance of a quid pro quo sexual harassment, as Valerie has indicated that she'll help Jack get the managerial position in return for sexual favors. It's unlikely this could be considered sexual harassment. Valerie's just offering to help. Jack should go to dinner and see what she has to say. This isn't sexual harassment. It's a generous offer from a private mentorship from Valerie. I would like to add a fourth situation. It might be sexual harassment, but Jack is actually into Val, so he thinks it's a double win for him. Where's that box to be checked in there?
It's only the 3 selections.
There's only 3. There's no write-in candidates here, Beam.
Hey, I saw this from yesterday, too.
You think you'll pass this, Shark?
I passed it this morning.
Give me the cheat sheet, Bob, so I don't have to do it.
I didn't get one question wrong. I did it actually this morning at like 5:30. Getting ready for the show.
When I walked up, I saw this on you. I was like, oh, that looks terrible. I was hoping that I maybe got lost. They lost my email in the shuffle.
If you are a fan of high school football, you'll be able to see the number 1 ranked player in the country, according to some services. Ohio State commit, number 1 prospect in the 2025 class, Tavian St. Clair, according to Rivals, just shot up the leaderboard to the number 1 overall prospect in the nation.
The Bellefontaine product?
That's right. He committed to Ohio State last summer, has seen his stock rise over the past few months, putting on a clinic at the Elite 11, prestigious competition for prep quarterbacks, and winning the accuracy challenge. He stands at 6'4", 225 pounds, is rated number 2 prospect and number 2 quarterback by 24/7 Sports, number 8 and number 2 by On3, and number 15 and number 3 by ESPN. In the composite rankings, he's the number 9 and number 2 quarterback in the 2025 class. That's awesome. I mean, I know that these services rank different guys at different levels and everything. And you, me, and Jake Ballard were having a fun time looking back at, I think, was it 24/7? We were looking at the recruiting classes kind of going back in the day.
At the golf outing, yeah. Of all the different, it's amazing, Shark. If you go back and look, and you're like, yeah, that class was terrible, or this class was highly rated, yet still terrible, or maybe it was a class carried by a couple guys, and then the guys who weren't great turned out to be good. Like the, I guess it would have been the 05 class, like with Tress. Like Malcolm and James were not highly recruited guys. They ended up being great players, but those weren't the ones that you were writing home about. And I forget he was talking about Beanie's class. Like, Beanie was a beast, so he elevated everybody, and handled a lot of stuff.
Beanie was he the number 1 player? If not, the number 2. Like he was way up there.
Number 1,
for
I'm
sure.
sure in the country up in the top 10.
Absolutely. So big congratulations to Tavian St. Clair. You want to watch him sling the football around? You want to watch a future Buckeye?
No, I've enjoyed it. I mean, he's a local kid. I've watched him grow over the last couple of years when he's come to camps and everything. Got a chance to talk to his family. I'm excited. This is probably the biggest in-state product, Shark, since Art Schleister. Maybe? No?
Biggest
Your guy?
in-state.
I talked to Art on Saturday.
Biggest
Did you?
sport.
I talked to him for probably 15, 20 minutes.
You're down to the pen?
No, he was in bed. It was like 11 o'clock at night.
Did he call you?
No, we called him.
Did you?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing all right.
Okay.
He's got an addiction that he freely admits. But, yeah, it's a sad story of one of my childhood heroes. I shouldn't say childhood. He's the same age as me, class of 78.
I'm glad you got that call done. That's good. Good job out of you. Maybe the best unit in America, BIA. You're going to hear from Ohio State Corners coach Tim Walton coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, very slow-moving traffic on the southeast side because of a crash on 33 westbound. This is just beyond Bixby Road. Expect to be slow-moving coming in from Canal Winchester this morning. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Erectile dysfunction is a destroyer of your confidence, of your joy and intimacy, and often it can even harm your relationship. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating erectile dysfunction. And I want you to know today that if you're like most men, you can be free of ED and all the impacts it has on your life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're your local provider for dealing with men's sexual health issues. Our expert medical teams are focused on treating ED, and we have highly effective treatment plans with some protocols that work in well over 90% of cases. We can even combine treatments for greater efficacy, all of which means it's very likely you'll be having great sex again within just a day or two of your first appointment. You might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
One thing about us parents, we think we know what's in, but we're usually way off. That's why I take my kids to Great Clips for back-to-school haircuts. From fresh fades to beachy waves, they can use the online lookbook to find the cuts they want at prices I can't resist. Plus, with convenient online check-in, we save tons of time, too. I may never know what's cool again, but hey, with back-to-school haircuts at Great Clips, I don't have to. Download the app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Hey, it's Bobby. When it comes to tackling a project as important as your roof, you want a company that cares about the product and experience they're going to deliver. At Newman Roofing, you're more than just a number. They believe in 100% customer satisfaction. And for your roofing needs, give them a call at 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
Does our waiter look familiar?
I think he was the Plum Insurance mascot.
If all insurance companies were like NJM and didn't use gimmicks, then their mascots would have to get real jobs.
That explains the long purple hair in my soup.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
The Fan Tailgate is back at the Ozone on Lane.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Hollywood Casino, and TNT Equipment.
Admission is free. Join us for food, fun, and tipsy radio hosts. The Fan, Ohio's tailgating destination.
You reached James. Leave a message.
Hey, it's Annie from Chase. Congrats again on the new home to you, Alina, and baby Maya. So happy she gets a big new nursery.
House hunting? On average, home buyers save more in mortgage fees with Chase compared to a non-bank. We're with you all the way home. Chase, make more of what's yours. Visit chase.com/wayhome. Source, 2022 Home Mortgage Disclosure Act. Loan application register. Home lending products subject to credit and property approval. Rates and program terms subject to change. Other restrictions apply. Member FDIC. Equal housing opportunity.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. Strike. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, partly cloudy, high 84. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow, high 87. Shower chances are back on Thursday with a high of 88. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment, around 7:35, the great Timmy May of Lettermen Row. He will digress us. That'll be very awesome. Before we get into anything else, Bob.
Oh, boy. You hear the song. You know what time it is. That means it's a Tuesday. It's time for the Rooster. And based upon that it's August 13th, the featured appetizer that'll be $3 all day long is mac and cheese bites. It's Schlegel's favorite. It is crispy and delicious mac and cheese. It's the mac and cheese you don't need silverware to eat, Beam. It's delicious. It's $3 all day long. And by the way, if you notice right here, the Buckeye giveaway.
On the YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, you can scan that QR code for a chance to win an ultimate Buckeye
It's the one that says scan me, in case you didn't notice.
Yep.
And if not, you can go to roosterswings.com to register, but they've got 3 big drawings. I think the first is September 2nd.
Last day to get in is the 1st.
There'll be Oregon tickets and trip and everything out there in that first one, but there's going to be stuff to the Ryan Day show.
Sweet
backstage.
to the Marshall game, I think.
There's things in there that you cannot get any other way. So go make sure you register there and keep listening, because at 8:20, Beam, we're going to be giving away a $50 Roosters gift card for That's What He Said.
Absolutely, we will. Speaking of mac and cheese bites, that's William's favorite. It's William's favorite. Nicole hooked us up with a pretty sweet shirt that William wore to the doctor's office yesterday. It's got OHIO on it, and it's the Rooster doing the H. And our nurse, when we walked in, she goes, "Oh, my God, I love that shirt. That's great. Where'd you get it?" And I said, "Well, it's Rooster." She goes, "Well, I know, but where'd you get it?" I'm like, "Well, I got it at Roosters. That's where we got it at. That's the store where you can purchase these items." And so that was good, but we had to take him to the doctor yesterday. He kind of scared us a little bit. We had, we've had colds before. We've had like coughs and runny noses, and like that's no big deal. Kids' immune systems are pretty good, and they bounce back. And so when Mayor was leaving the house yesterday, his breathing was like pretty shallow. And we're like, all right, well, our babysitter was there.
You sound like Theo.
Yeah, he kind of did. And we're like, all right.
No, that's William.
Yeah, that's William breathing. And so then I got home. He was just like waking up because he had gotten up. He slept like crap a couple of nights ago. And so like when Mayor left, he was crying, put him back down to bed. And then when I got home, he was fine. It was just like his breathing was out of control. So then we took him to the doctor yesterday. She's like, okay. Gave him like the classic asthma breathing treatment to see if anything would be like better for him. And like that didn't do really anything. And by the time that he took his afternoon nap and bounced back up, Bob, he was like good to go. He just like nothing had ever happened to him. I'm like, okay, well, that's good. He still had a little bit of a cough, but best case scenario for sure. But the breathing thing freaked us out a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you'll get that a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, for sure, man. So that was not necessarily the best day in the world on the first day back to work for Mayor. She's got kids coming today, so students back across Central Ohio. I know that you guys go on Wednesday and Thursday, so not the greatest situation. So I know that you were doing a training module, and here was an email I just got. Now, usually our training modules here at the company are staving us off from cyber attacks. Usually they're eaten by the junk mail or the kind of the quarantine folder.
Yeah, the first line of defense, Beam.
First line of defense. Here's one I got from Jenna Morgan, and it's Jenna, spelled, it's the name and the email address, because they tell you in these things, make sure the email address, corresponds with the name on it. And Jenna, here's the first sign that it's going to be a junk mail. Jenne. I said, okay, spelling is wrong. And the subject line is, "Hi, please reply back, comma."
I like that.
So I had to. I want to read it.
What if it was an exclamation point, Beam?
Then I would have clicked faster. Here's what the email says: "Greet to you, comma. I want to donate toward education and the less privileged. Semicolon. When's the last time you've ever used a semicolon?"
I actually utilize a semicolon more than probably most, because my 10th grade English teacher beat into us how to use it. And so I utilize it more than most, probably.
"I will need your service to handle this project, period. Lowercase I, not spaced out from the period. I will give you more details once you accept this offer. Thanks, Mrs. Jenna Morgan." All one word. You think I should reply?
100%.
Yeah.
Is there a link to click?
There is no link to click, unfortunately. I think I just need to respond to it.
Say, how do I get more involved?
How do I get more involved? Do you need my Social Security number?
Yeah. Here's my Social Security number, address, and credit card, and birth date, by the way. Let's get this working as fast as possible.
Come on, let's get on it. So that's what we're dealing with here. It's great. I was going to say Terry something. That's not the name. Having a tough day. I think I caught Williams cold a little bit. Tim Walton having media availability, Buckeyes corners coach over the weekend, just talking about the DB room and the wide receiver room and how they're all being super competitive right now.
I mean, because it's great competitive excellence, man. They go at it. We get each other better. Excellent football player, man. So I always got to make sure, we keep those guys' confidence. They do the same with us. It's good competitive spirit, man. He's going to be an elite player. You know what I mean? So we always try to make sure with our group, Zone 6 and BIA, that we compete in a loving manner.
How about...
I got that email, too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Group email.
I think it might be real. They'll give you more details once you accept the offer.
Do you want me to CC you on it, or do you want to CC me on it?
That's a good point.
Okay, so we'll both get on that email together.
Same page.
Yeah, for sure. What about the depth at cornerback right now, and how many game-ready guys do they have?
We probably are going to 5. We have 5 guys right now for sure, possibly another one. So, it's still early. So you'll know a little bit more a week from now, when you start playing, scrimmage a little bit and get into some other situations. Because now, how it is about can you do it over a period of time? Can you stack 6, 7, 8, 9 days in a row? See if we can, what we got.
That's the realest thing. I feel like
5 guys. And I would have liked it for him to drop a burgers and fries.
5 guys, burgers and fries. That's as real as it gets there. You got to start stacking days. Stacking days, 6, 7, 8, 9 days in a row. Not just one good practice, one good drill, multiple days in a row.
That's what you need to do, and that's a big piece of it. Tim gets it. I love his passion, how he talks about it, his desire to coach the guys. And just, they understand they're all different, and that's when you see him coach, whether it's their personality, their skill set, like he leans in. He connects so well with players. You can hear the passion because he's a former Buckeye. And, I'm biased towards him because he was our DB's coach in Detroit, and I loved him up there. I was so excited when he got here and love what he is doing in that room. He understands the receivers they're going against and that you're not going to win everyone. And so it's part of it's the next play. Like, be ultra competitive, but then you have to be able to bury things and move on to the next play as well.
And I feel like at that position, too, specifically, Bob, wide receiver, DB, and I know that quarterback, too, like if a big mistake happens, whether it be fumble on a mesh or interception or bad throw, whatever, like you have to have an extremely quick memory, like golf. Like it's like you got to do it. If you get beat, that's going to happen. You have to immediately flush it, and you can't kind of rest there and let yourself fester on an opportunity that you perhaps missed or a mistake that you made.
Yeah, it's the next play mentality. Playing corner is incredibly difficult because you can't get shy after getting beat. You've got to dive back into it. You've got to go and roll with it and understand that, hey, you're going to lose sometimes, especially when you're going against the guys that they have here on this offense. It gets some of the best in the country. But, Beam, to keep with the motif all through training camp, iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron. To you, which position group has the claim for best in the country, wide receiver or DB? Because I think they both have a nice claim for it.
Yeah. Can they both?
They can coexist.
They're both really good. And every NFL scout I've talked to, like, how does this rank up? How does this stack up? Between other schools you've been to, and like it's the depth in the secondary and wide receiver, and just the high quality of players. Like it's as good, if not better, than anywhere else you're going to find.
The great Timmy May of Lettermen Row. He's going to digress this coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching a crash on the southeast side. The left lane blocked on 33 westbound just beyond Bixby Road because of a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Get ready. The Challenge 40 Battle of the Eras premieres tomorrow at 8/7 Central on MTV.
If you're here, it's because you've been a part of Challenge history.
For the first time ever, 40 legends across 4 eras of the Challenge will battle.
It's no secret. We have a lot of history.
It's a monumental season of athleticism, heart, and epic drama that you cannot miss.
Every time we turn around, there's another twist.
Who will conquer Challenge history?
Ooh, this is going to be a good one.
Find out on the Challenge 40 Battle of the Eras, premiering tomorrow at 8/7 Central on MTV.
Score
a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33, or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
With approved credit, 2024 Sentra SV FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Wendy's new Saucy Nugs come in 7 saucy flavors. Yep, you can literally hear your taste buds going. Taste bud sounds may vary. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman. Guys, if you're only middle-aged but wondering why it seems harder to keep up, you're not alone. It may be caused by low testosterone. Testosterone replacement therapy can help you get back to your best, but not just any TRT. See the provider specialists at Low T Center. They offer advanced, personalized treatments with over a decade of experience. At Low T Center, you'll start with a simple test and get your results in about 25 minutes. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Rothman and Ice.
There's a lot of options that I think Ohio State can throw at teams this year, which is why this ceiling is so high for them. They're going to be able to do a few different things and do it at an elite level.
Rothman and Ice, weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Check out this fresh deal on ground beef. 80% lean ground beef sold in a 3-pound roll is only $3.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ALL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ALL to 321-321. That's ALL to 321-321.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Football, it's approaching. Just a few weeks away from the college season getting underway. NFL will follow that. Only, 10 days away, 11 days away from week 0 in college football. And it's time to get into the action early this season. Talked about yesterday the odds to make the college football playoff across the college game. Tons of different player props. You also got NFL in there, passing touchdowns, rushing, receiving totals, and more. Rookie of the year is going to win that offensive, defensive side of the ball. MVPs. Also great team markets like to make the playoffs, win the division, Super Bowl matchups, and you can parlay all that together. Like Shark's going to parlay Indiana and Purdue together on a $10 bet to win $125,000. You can just do everything you want in there, Bob.
Oh, it's great. Like you said, pick your favorite team, pick some players, division, playoffs, Super Bowl, whatever you want. Put it all together. There's no better place to get ready for the football season than on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Just visit FanDuel.com/juice to sign up today. Must be 21 and older and present in Ohio. First online real money wager, only $5 first deposit required. Bonus issue is now withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Right now we're heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Checking with our great friend Letterman Row. He is the great Timmy May. Timmy, thanks so much for the time. Always appreciate it. We were just talking about Tim Walton, listening to some of him from over the weekend and his media availability. Your assessment of just how good this cornerback room for Ohio State can be this season?
I think you could say it can be as good. It could be the best in the country. I mean, it's clearly in the running for that. You know, Oregon's got some good corners. We were talking about this on LettermenRow.com the other day. I mean, there's quite a few individual corners around the country, but you know, you could start a pretty good football team right off the bat with Denzel Burke, Davis Igbinosun, and Jermaine Matthews, and then go from there because they got some young guys rising up. Not the least of whom is Calvin Simpson Hunt from the great city of Waxahachie, Texas. I call him the Hatchet from Waxahachie, but just because I like to say Waxahachie all the time. But yeah, I mean, he's done a tremendous job of not just bringing guys in, but also developing them. And I think y'all agree when you've seen practice that they're playing on a different level than they were several years ago, 3 years ago. And that's the thing about this defense. It's almost the same guys you saw last year, but the competence. And I thought it was a decent defense last year. You know, obviously statistically it was really good with a couple of glaring omissions, which was turnovers. You know, which they only gained 11. But these cornerbacks are picking off passes now, and John Cooper, former Ohio State coach, said, you don't break up passes, you pick them off, and you intercept. And this group seems to get that. But, it's under the tutelage of Tim Walton, who just inspires these guys each day to go out there. I mean, he's got two veteran corners, practicing like they just arrived on campus from the standpoint of the zeal. And talking about Denzel Burke and Davis Igbinosun and Jermaine Matthews right in there. I mean, just to ask Julian Sayin about Jermaine Matthews,
Absolutely. It's been fun to see those guys. They're competitive, Tim. They get after it, and Tim Walton's done a great job coaching them up. It's going in here, second week of camp. I mean, are you anticipating an announcement on the quarterback position at any point in time over the next week?
Yeah, I mean, like Ryan, we talked about this last night on the Buckeye show. Austin Ward and I did. I mean, Ryan Day's got a press availability or press conference on Thursday. This is different from last year. I think both Will Howard and Devin Brown are playing on a nice level right now. I think they know who their top two quarterbacks are, but I think they also know who their number one quarterback is. And Ryan basically told us a month ago that if it's clear cut, meaning there is a pecking order there, why not go ahead and let that person know and everyone else know? I'm under the impression, that they've been extremely impressed with Will Howard's progress through the camp. I mean, let's face it, in the spring, I think it was still a wide open affair, but this is the guy who started, 25, 27 games at Kansas State, won a championship there in 2022. They beat the team that beat the team up north, you know what I mean? And I like saying that. But the bottom line is, I mean, he's playing on a very high level, it appears to me, when we've gotten to watch him. I heard the scrimmage on Saturday was pretty good in his regard. So personally, I'm expecting him to name him the starting quarterback sooner rather than later, and I think the sooner would be Thursday when we're all gathered in front of him eagerly, because that will be the first question. Dave Biddle usually gets called on first, and that'll probably be the first question out of his mouth. I'm not sure. I think it's a bigger announcement to make than who's the right guard, but I think right guard is still vital.
Timmy May of Lettermen Row with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Do you think we hit the daily double, Tim? I mean, do you think we get maybe an announced starter for the quarterback and who's leading the charge in that right guard position as well?
here's the thing: if it's a conundrum, I think it's a good thing to see the way Tegra has come on this preseason camp at right guard, and some of that's because Carson Hinsman obviously was ill the first day of camp, and that little illness has gone through a lot of the offensive line guys. It's bit him a couple of times, the way I understand it. But I think it's pretty good that they've got two guys that I think they think both of them could play and carry the weight there, so to speak. So they may decide that you don't need to name a starter right now. Just let these guys keep competing. But I think most people agree, even old-time football folks like myself who go all the way back, it's sometimes really good to know who your five are up front and let them develop that chemistry that only offensive linemen really understand, And but I don't know. Right now, I think both of them are playing at a very high level, so I wouldn't mess with them. I mean, Carson Hinsman has started every game last year except the Cotton Bowl, and we saw how that turned out for the Buckeyes in the Cotton Bowl. And then of course Tegra Shabola has always looked the part. The late Kenny Fritz, man, I remember him standing next to me like yesterday, talking about who is that, man? That guy looks like a football player. This was like 2 years ago in the spring. So Tegra Shabola's whatever you want to call it, that where the light comes on, the light has come on for him. It does appear, and he's always looked the part.
Absolutely. He definitely looks the part. Tim, have you not enjoyed, but this new era, I guess, with NIL and everything else, there's been more availability. It's been more open for media, for fans. Just kind of your thoughts on that. I mean, positive, negative. Have you enjoyed it?
Number one, I've always thought you guys should be sharing in the large S. I like to use that word, large S. Y'all should have always been sharing in the profits that come from putting your life and limbs on the line. So I think that's a great thing. Number two, I mean, I think Ohio State, I mean, the guys in and around the NILs and stuff have done, or the, collectives and stuff have done a good job of getting these guys out into the public and in some forms of fashion and, basically benefiting, which is what NIL is all about, name, image, and likeness, using some of these guys, their popularity, enhancing it. Like a Jack Sawyer, for example, and, right on down the line, these that's what's been really cool is to see these guys name, image, and likeness being enhanced, which is what the whole idea was all about. Let them share in the profit, so to speak, or what they help generate. Now with revenue sharing coming up, it's going to face some challenges. It may or may not happen in 2025, but with it pending, we'll see how that changes the landscape, especially if they stick somehow or another stick with the $600 and above NIL opportunities. How you have to get that done through a clearinghouse. Boy, that clearinghouse, I hope they put on a lot of callers like a lot of these people that call me on these spam calls to make sure what's up.
They did that already for the Alford case with the NCAA, and I think that worked out pretty well. So,
we'll see. I mean, $600 and above for you have to get that cleared. That's I don't know, Bobby. That's going to be a lot of paperwork for a master. What do they call him? The master of the situation to handle on a monthly basis, much less a yearly basis.
All I know is that you, me, Bob, and Shark will not have to do that paperwork. So really, it's okay.
Hey, by the way, I heard Bobby doing that FanDuel commercial a while ago. I can do Jabberwocky that fast, too. So
nice.
Funny.
Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great day. Enjoy your probably last round of golf of the year, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
No, it's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. But, yes, I will enjoy it.
There he goes. Timmy May, Lettermen Row with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We get juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching major slowdowns on the southeast side. The left lane blocked on 33 westbound just beyond Bixby Road because of a crash crews are responding to. Expect to be slow moving coming in from Canal Winchester. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Men, if erectile dysfunction is affecting you, getting treated could have a dramatic impact on your relationship and your outlook on life. But it's also important where you get treated because your health matters. and working with an organization that practices excellent medicine and has significant expertise in men's sexual health can often result in a far better outcome. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're seeking a quality provider to treat your ED or are just not satisfied with your current situation, call us. We'll show you a true 5-star experience and work with you to find the right treatment for your specific medical situation. At Tri-State Men's Health, we truly are experts in men's sexual health, but it's more than that. Unlike the online pill pushers or so-called men's clinics that only offer one or a few treatment options, we offer the full spectrum of ED protocols. We can even use combinative therapies for better results. At Tri-State Men's Health, your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You never know if the person next to you in line is a McMuffin, a McGriddles, biscuit, or burrito person. But what you do know is that every last one of us in line for our McDonald's breakfast this morning were brave enough to get out of bed a few minutes early.
Right now, get a $2 breakfast sandwich like a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or sausage McMuffin with egg, only in the app. Offer valid one time per day from 7/29 to 9/1/24. Participating McDonald's must opt into rewards.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We don't talk politics on The Fan. It's divisive, fear-stoking, and negative. That's what our social media is for. Or your crazy uncle's house, or the grocery store, or you get my point. The Fan, Ohio's politics-free destination.
Excuse me, waiter. There's a hair in my soup. A long purple hair.
I'm so sorry. I'll get the manager.
I'm the manager. How can I help?
Wait, weren't you the Plum Insurance mascot?
What gave it away? My long purple fur?
Something like that.
What if all insurance companies were like NJM and were known for putting their policyholders first, not gimmicks? Then all those insurance mascots would have to get real jobs.
I'll pass on dessert.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, partly cloudy, high 84. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 87. A chance of showers on Thursday with a high of 87. A chance of showers again on Friday with highs in the middle to upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We're here in the Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Healthy, leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them online at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Sharky?
Yes.
Schlegs.
I like the real cookie dough where you go in and it's in the bowl, you know, and you got the little scooper and you scoop it out there. I'm not going to lie when I say if I want to have a little side nugget like dessert, I'll just eat an entire row of those. And they come in like batches of 4. I don't know how many are in the packet, probably 20. I just make sure like everything I do, it's kind of feng shui. Like if there's 4 in there, I can't just eat 3. I'll just eat the 4th.
You ever notice how much he talks about food?
Well, yes, we heard it earlier on, and you'll get to hear that again coming up in 15 minutes time.
Really, all he talks about in life, Shark, is food and lifting.
Yes.
And like competitive excellence, like being a dude. Like that's it. Go ahead. I'll get on that soliloquy in a minute.
Okay. The worst team in the major leagues beat the best team in the major leagues last night. Did it by double digits, too. The White Sox crushed the Yankees 12-2, gave Grady Sizemore, the interim manager there in Chicago, his first career victory. All the ladies love Grady. Yankees, by the way, with that loss, no longer have the best record in the major leagues. They are 70-50. Your Guardians, along with the Orioles and Dodgers, are 70-49. So we're back on top again.
And you guys are starting to go on a heater, too.
We are. 3 in a row, Beam.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's the dog days of August. This is kind of a random stat, and I don't know who bothered to look it up or even thought to look it up, but on Sunday, the Guardians beat the Twins 5-3. It is the 12th straight year that Cleveland has won on the second Sunday in August.
Who
I know.
The great keeper of those
I don't know who would even
Peter
think
Gammons.
to look that up. But think about that next year if you're on FanDuel on, I guess it would be the 11th. No, the 10th.
Did you say the second Sunday of August?
Yeah, 10th or 11th. This year, I guess it was the 11th. So next year it'd be the 10th.
Next year it is August 10th.
Yeah, so
Definitely the 10th.
Set your reminder.
Yes. If you're making a little wager on August 10th, take the Tribe.
Hey, Ray,
and
Kmart
then
sucks.
You never know what question is going to be asked at a press conference. Colorado coach Deion Sanders held a presser yesterday.
Coach Prime, Alex Ramirez, Mile High Sports Radio. This is a non-football related question. I recently had a medical condition, about two months ago, and thank God I had Aflac. All right? No, I'm serious.
That's a good one.
You're an ambassador for him, a spokesman for him. How important is it for everyone to have Aflac as part of their life?
Well, it sounds like
it's amazing, right?
It may sound like I'm doing a commercial where, it covers
you believe in
the gaps, that we can't cover. I mean, Aflac is phenomenal, but not only are they phenomenal to, people like you and I, and thank God when I was going through my trials and tribulations, I didn't have those medical expenses that I couldn't afford, but there's a multitude of people that does, and thank God that they stand in the gap and provide for people like yourself.
Never heard that one asked at a presser, Bob.
Just here to talk about Qualcomm.
It's amazing. That is amazing. And you know what, Shark? What's got me juiced is the fact that his Aflac buddy, well, listen to him, Nick Saban right now.
It all starts with who you are. I always tell our players, who you are is more important than what you do. How high you jump, how fast you run, because who you are is your character. And your character is an accumulation of your thoughts, your habits, and your priorities on a day-to-day basis, because those 3 things determine the choices you make, and the choices you make you who you are. Good guy, bad guy, hardworking, lazy, responsible, irresponsible. And it takes a certain amount of discipline to do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done.
And there's a lot of truth to that right there. Your character, Shark, that's got me juiced up today. Kids are starting school. Half of them start school tomorrow. The other half start school on Thursday. So going to be there to usher them off, Beam, and on their voyages. My oldest son, RJ, will be in high school now. So 4 years left. My wife made the astute observation. She goes, the next time the Olympics are on in the summer, it will be his last time here before he's heading off to college. So
he smokes.
Yeah, 4 years from now, it'll be a lot different. So
maybe you could take him to the Olympics for his graduation party.
It's incredibly expensive to go do that, Shark. Although they'll be in Los Angeles,
Yes.
so we can save money and drive there. Wouldn't have to fly. Wouldn't have to fly. Could get that done. It's got me juiced. Got Troy Smith had a golf outing yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Got a chance to see Tress, Antonio, a lot of my former teammates. Angelo Dawkins, professional wrestler out of Cincinnati, WBE guy, tremendous. My son, that was the guy he wanted to see the most. But just getting to catch up with everyone. Vince Young was there. Ricky Williams was there. A lot of guys did a good job over at Little Turtle, Rothman's home track.
Oh, yeah, he's got his golf outing coming up next Monday.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't on yesterday. I was hoping he must be out of town. I was going to text him to see. I was like, he's on air. And then I got in the car, got out of my silo afterwards, and I listened to Matty Hayes and Tyvis yesterday, I think it was. And so, I was like, well, Rothman's not even on. I should have texted him to come over. He's probably out of town, though, gallivanting around the world. But that all had me juiced today. And the fact that I learned that, Shark, we're going to have to dive into that here after Schlegel, Shark, about your relationship with Kenny Rogers, a.k.a. Art Schlegel, the Gambler, and how that was all incepted. That's got me juiced. Beam, what's got you juiced today?
We're getting into a bad spot with William where he's not eating stuff that we prepare for him anymore. So he's just not eating. I'm not making different foods.
Don't do it. What is on the plate?
The food is the food that we make. Last night, Bob, we made.
Is he still is he sick and he's teething? So he might not be.
I don't know if he's teething, but he is a little sick. But this goes back to like the prior weekend too, where his favorite word in the world is no. He's hey William, you want some water? No. You want to change your diaper? No. And he like waves his finger at us too. And so
break that little finger, buddy.
Last night our dinner consisted of like we had some good sweet corn that we did, took it off the cob, threw it in butter and salt. We're like, okay, that'll be good for you.
Street corn.
Yeah, you'll really enjoy that. Didn't like that. Had some nice mozzarella cheese. He did like the cheese. Had like a broccoli fritter that Mare made for him. We freeze them, we batch them. That was pretty good. He used to love those things. Didn't like them last night. Didn't enjoy those. Didn't like the corn. Ate the cheese a little bit, liked the avocado for a second, and then started spitting it out all over the place.
Push it out
Theo eats dinner at the same time, so he's like right next to him, and he's looking, goes, dog, and he's got food in his hand, and he's just firing it at Theo. And I'm like, we can't. I don't know. This game is not going to go very well. I'm like, you two are in cahoots with each other. But it's like every mealtime that we do now, he just goes, dog, boom, throws it right to Theo, and Theo gobbles it up. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Maybe I have to put Theo in the other room. But that's a situation that we're navigating right now.
He finds it more entertaining feeding the dog than eating his own food.
Yeah, which isn't a good thing. It's not a good thing to happen. But I'm not making different food. I've said that since the day before he was born. I'm like, what we eat is what he eats, and it's getting tough. But I think we're going to prevail. Last night I got frustrated too because he was like, he literally upended his plate that he had with all of it on it, and half of it went off, and he's smashing it around and stuff. And I picked up the plate and put it down. Mare goes, it's okay. He's allowed to be messy. I'm like, yeah, but he's going to be messy while not eating. I'd be fine with him messy while he's eating, but he's not. So we got that.
Playing.
This is playing. That's all we're doing is playing. But if you give him like a piece of watermelon or like a berry or a banana, it's just straight in the mouth. He loves it. That's all we're eating is fruits and milk. So it's what our toddler's diet consists of. We'll let you know. Nope, read the wrong thing on the prep sheet. Schlegel joins us next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching a crash on 33 westbound on the southeast side. The left lane slightly blocked off just beyond Hamilton Road as crews work to clear up a crash. Expect to be slow moving coming in from the Canal Winchester area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your fan traffic.
Does our waiter look familiar?
I think he was the Plum Insurance mascot. If all insurance companies were like NJM and didn't use gimmicks, then their mascots would have to get real jobs.
That explains the long purple hair in my soup.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things.
lines. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Hey, it's Bobby. When it comes to tackling a project as important as your roof, you want a company that cares about the product and experience they're going to deliver. At Newman Roofing, you're more than just a number. They believe in 100% customer satisfaction. And for your roofing needs, give them a call at 614-NEW-ROOF or NewmanRoofing.com.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super-rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. The preseason AP college football poll is out. Georgia picked up 46 of a possible 62 first-place votes to take the top spot. Ohio State received 15 first-place votes and is second. Oregon, Texas, and Alabama round out the top 5. In baseball, the Guardians overcame a 3-run deficit against the Cubs, but then blew a 5-run lead. However, Josh Naylor's RBI single in the bottom of the 8th gave Cleveland a 9-8 win over Chicago. John Kensey Noel had 2 homers and 4 RBIs for the Guards. In Cincinnati, Spencer Steer had 2 homers and 5 RBIs as the Reds beat the Cardinals 6-1. Steer now has 18 homers on the season. The team leader is Ellie De La Cruz, who added his 21st home run last night. The Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Get started today with your 20-pound summer slim down. The results are fast, easy, and start your very first week. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us on a Tuesday. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Momentarily, we'll be rejoined by the great Anthony Schlegel. And then coming up here at 8:35, Uncle Beau, he's going to join the program, talk all things Browns. Lots happening with that franchise up in Cleveland.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Quickly, before we get to Schlegs, Red 6, Cards 1. It's a good night for Spencer Steer last night. A couple of homers for him, playing second, all kinds of good stuff. Guards' dramatic victory against the Cubbies, 9-8. Got the lead, gave up the lead, got the lead back in the 8th. They finally staved him off. 9-8 victors are the Cubs. And then the Crew actually at home against Miami tonight in the round of 16 of Leagues Cup. No Messi. His ankle is still hurt. So that's the update for you on that. Would be shocked if he is available for selection or if he actually comes here to Columbus. So they got Miami tonight, 7:30 at home in the Leagues Cup. Actually got to talk to this guy for the first time in a long time live here this morning.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
As we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our great friend Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, happy Tuesday, buddy. How long you been awake?
5 minutes, baby. What's up, Columbus?
Have you had a chance to get your coffee in yet?
Nope, don't even need it.
What?
Don't even need it. I'm already juiced. I'm already ready to go. I have my daughter coming downstairs. She actually is the one that kind of woke me up. Are you doing your show yet? Are we training? I'm like, yes, no, let's go. And I'm up. So I got a pre-workout made, and I'll sip on that after this, and we'll get out there and we'll do some legs, you know?
Oh, it's a Schleg day?
Yeah, Schleg day all the time, Tuesdays. I like it.
What we got on it? What type of legs? What type of legs we got working here, Schleg? What are we doing?
Well, the hard thing is like normally with the trainer like the Buckeye group, like we run. We've been running. It's been great. But like down here, because I'm trying to work out with her in the morning because I'll train her, kids all go to school, then Hunter gets home early from school and he's like, hey, I want you to run us. And then they lift in the garage, and then Sam has football practice from 6:30 to 8:30. I mean, I'm just sweating all day long, so I got to run with the boys at like 1:30. Now it's hot down here, man. It's hot. I'm like taking 3 showers a day, but it's great. So, what do you say? What's on the docket for today?
Yeah.
Okay, man.
We're getting ready to train Faith. What are you going to what we got?
No, today's dynamic effort over. It'll be great.
Can you explain what?
8 set the 2 chain squats for her. I won't use bands, but we'll do that. We got some like activation, mobility, stability work, a little activation, and then we go into some core because I always like to get that rolling before I squat, and then some upper back, some groin squeezes, then some dynamic chain, heavy barbell RDL, lateral lunges, some single leg hamstring stuff, lying banded hip, some TKEs, calf, and some weighted ankle stiffness stuff, band stretch. I mean, it's like 45 minutes out. A lot of volume, really fast, really dynamic.
Nice.
So, I want those springy.
You'd be proud of me. So I mean, William the other day lifted up like an 8-pound medicine ball, and I'm like, I gotta do something to be able to stave him off in future years. I've just been doing like farmer's carry around my house with dumbbells. That's all I've been doing.
That's great. So, hey, you play a lot of golf.
Yep.
You need that. You know.
So
it'll work on your good strength.
There you go, Schlegel. Yeah, get that good strength going that you want to see. Right there, get it rolling a little bit. How was football practice last night? We got Sammy going. What we got? What's happening here?
Yeah, we got Sam going. It's amazing because there's a guy that's now coaching with us. Just moved here from. He's in the Navy. He played at the Naval Academy. Played offensive line there back in the day. He's fantastic. He's a trip, man. Yeah, and he he's still in the Navy. So I mean, like the words that are coming out of his mouth aren't necessarily like PC.
It's good.
I was sitting there cracking up, and but he's fantastic, and we're going through it. It's just like it's great because you see your kid and it's like, hey, all the things that you need to work on that Dad's been trying to get you to work on that you haven't decided to work on are all the things that you have to work on, bro. There you go. But he's willing to get in there, and you got to look at like certain growth patterns, So I mean, he definitely needs to work on his ability to change direction and bend. I mean, it's not good whatsoever, and or running, but I don't really care because he's 12 years old. I would say this though, like I always
I get our 12-year-olds to bend. I mean, we get down there. We're gonna get our knees.
But everybody's different. Mine aren't. Mine's not. I don't. And that's the thing here. I'm gonna give you guys some parenting 101.
Put a shoot in your house, Schlegel.
I ain't losing a relationship based off of a sports athletics, especially when they're getting straight A's and stuff in school. But here's the thing: like, you got to make sure that they understand where they are. And then you also got to look and say, like, hey, man, here's why you're not starting because of X, Y, and Z. And guess what? I'm willing to work with you on these things. So is your brother and sister. But you have to be willing to do it. And you haven't thus far. But now you do, so that's good. And then it's also like, hey, you know what? I really appreciate that you will go stick your face in there and try to hit somebody. That's really good. And you have to do tackles. Yep, of course you did, Bob. You would like that. You would know. Probably for you, a he. Then the next one would be, hey, you know what? I really appreciate the fact that you don't, like, talk back or have another comment every time I coach you.
Nice.
That's a win.
Yeah.
That's a win, guys. That's a win. So those are the things I look for, and so we're seeing growth. But then, you know, Hunter's, we're going to do some baseball prospect camps coming up, and Faye's doing cheer, and she always gets mad at me because I tell her that cheer is not a sport. But it is. It is.
It's a competition.
It's a competition. I mean, I was like, man, I really wish you would have done a real sport. And I said that last night. She like looked at me, and of course I was joking 100% because she works her face off. But I think she would be amazing at field hockey. But there's no field hockey down here. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I think she could body check somebody. I was like, well, what about rugby? She's like, well, you want me to look like that? And I'm like, dude, you're feminine. Like, what are you talking about? You know? It's cool nowadays to just, like, out-bench dudes, out-squat dudes, you know? Anyways, it's all good.
He is Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. So we were listening every day at 7:48, 7:50-ish. We pull up an old archive of you, and we play it. The other day you were talking about killing, 600 pigs, and then you had a nice aside where you said, and then I also, caught 12 blue cats. What's the differentiation between just a regular catfish and a blue cat?
Oh, man, you got, like, channel cat, you got blue cats, there's a bunch of different catfish. But, like, when we went to Lake Tawakoni, they had a... Yeah, exactly. They had a bunch of blue cats. So, and that's what we would do. We would go hunt, we would go fish, and it was amazing. I was like, Steph, hey, and that's where, you allowed your passions to somewhat be excessive, and you could try to get away. It was like, Steph, I have to go. Like, what do you mean you have to go? Like, we're doing a church outreach, okay, with Metroflex. Like, we're going to go feed homeless people, and I got to go catch the food, like, and kill it. Oh, really? You're really doing it for that reason alone. It's not that you have your own dogs and want to go kill pigs, right?
Is that when Buddy was around?
Yeah, Buddy was around at this time, but you also got to remember I only had Buddy for literally one day. I had Buddy for one day, so he doesn't even count. He wasn't even part of the squad. He wasn't even part of the squad. This was back when I had Hat and Smoke and Roscoe and Bill and Victor and Lex, and man, those are good dogs.
So I was leaving the Woody the other day, and someone had a truck, and in the bed they had dog cages, and I thought
I saw that. Was that little gray truck?
Yes, I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, who other than you would have dog cages in the bed of their truck?
I miss that. First off, you said 600. It was 700. Second off, I made my own dog box. I welded it together, and it was quite impressive. Man, those are good times. Like, it's like nostalgia. It's like when you go on, you turn on, like you're just driving. You got to drive for a hot minute, and you go on and you'll go to, like, the old playlist. And you'll throw on some DMX, you'll throw on some UGK. You're just like, yeah, this was a good time back then. And what else would I do? I mean, you know what nostalgia had? Last night, did you guys know Wendy's got Frosties for $1?
Yeah.
I used to pound Frosties. And I was like, Stephen's like, man, you used to love a Frosty. I'm like, you know what? Right now, if you gave me a Frosty, I would pound that thing. I would eat the crap out of that deal. But I haven't had a Frosty in a hot minute. They used to have Texas double cheeseburgers at Wendy's. And they were called Texas double. They were probably called something else, probably a double cheeseburger up here. But they used to be for $1 too. I get like $5 and like 2 Frosties, man. $7 and some change.
Living like a king.
Amazing. Oh, like a king, man. Arby's had 5 for $5. So you get 10, right? Taco Bell had a 10-pack, right? And then I also get a Mexican pizza, como está, right? And some of those some of those cinnamon twists.
Oh yeah.
Ooh dang, right? And then I'd have another place. El Phoenix had like enchilada something day.
Oh, Phoenix.
I would be up in there. Yeah, man, El Phoenix, bro. I'd be up in there just eating some enchiladas. Yeah, man. Like, can I get more chips with this salsa? Yeah, man, it was amazing. Those are just good times. Good times.
Buddy, we always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here.
I appreciate you guys, man. Hey, Columbus, Ohio. Get your mind right. It's going to be an exciting year for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes! See you guys.
There he goes. Anthony Schlegel with us earlier on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I was not alive the last time Ohio State entered a season unranked. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching some lingering slowdowns on 33 westbound on the southeast side because of a crash from earlier this morning. Also watching cruisers respond to a crash on I-670 westbound right near Cassidy Avenue that has the left lane blocked. And watch for a disabled vehicle on I-270 southbound right near Dublin Granville Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Pain from arthritis is just awful. Constant pain. It robs you of so much of the stuff you love to do. But there are effective ways to deal with that pain. My dad and I can both tell you we were able to get relief without medication or surgery. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief. The place to go, QC Kinetics, right here in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics utilize cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Learn how QC Kinetics can use advanced regenerative medicine to treat the pain, enhance your joints, and restore your mobility. Surgery and pain pills, they're not the only option. My dad and I went there. We feel so much better. He's able to move around and walk like he wants to. I'm able to go out and run and do the things that I enjoy. So here's the great thing. Give him a call at 380-208-4544. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have 3 offices in Dublin, Gahanna, and Grove City.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Right now at the Ram, make this the summer event. Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $549 a month for 42 months with $3,640 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra, no security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by September 3rd, 2024.
Common Man and T-Bone.
No pools. You know what they do have? What? Backpacks, school supplies. We're getting ready for school. Pools are gone, Mike. No one's got a pool.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on the Fan.
Get ready. The Challenge 40 Battle of the Eras premieres tomorrow at 8/7 Central on MTV.
If you're here, it's because you've been a part of Challenge history.
For the first time ever, 40 legends across 4 eras of the Challenge will battle.
It's no secret. We have a lot of history.
It's a monumental season of athleticism, heart, and epic drama that you cannot miss.
Every time we turn around, there's another twist.
Who will conquer Challenge history?
Ooh, this is going to be a good one.
Find out on the Challenge 40 Battle of the Eras, premiering tomorrow at 8/7 Central on MTV.
Tired of rising food prices? Start saving with deals for days at Giant Eagle and Market District. Enjoy low prices on more than 1,000 of your go-to grocery items store-wide. Dive into deals for a limited time at your local Giant Eagle and Market District.
That's the sound of sweat falling drip by miserable drip. But don't sweat that broken AC. The Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team has same-day service. Call the Waterworks at 614-333-9720 or schedule service on our website. 2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. drive sober, or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, partly cloudy, high 84. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow, high 87. Shower chances are back on Thursday with a high of 88. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Here's Long here, a little Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark, Uncle Beau. He's going to join us coming up here in about 15 minutes' time. Hello, Browns Stadium news to talk about. Deshaun playing in the preseason finale, some injuries to go up with. Well, Bono's Browns coming up here in about 15 minutes' time, around 8:35.
Oh, when you hear that song, you know it's a Tuesday. It's an appetizer Tuesday at Roosters. Featured appetizer. Well, it's just $3 all day long, and that is the mac and cheese bites. It's mac and cheese you can eat with your hands. Just like to put a little hot sauce on it. Take it to the next level. By the way, we got the Buckeye giveaway. If you're watching on the YouTube machine, you can scan me, and they've got 3 big monster giveaways. They're giving away to Buckeye events, games, tickets and airfare, hotel all the way to the Oregon game, coaches show passes, sideline passes, suites, all there. You can register every day. If you can't get that, go to roosterswings.com to register. They still don't have the napkins in yet, Beam, with the QR codes at the store, but they're coming. Nicole told me they're on their way, but we've got this here. Blood Owl Buckeyes, if you're watching on the YouTube.
Boom.
So check it out.
614-821-9710. That's the phone number. You get the correct answer into That's What He Said, and you'll be walking away with a $50 gift card to Roosters. We had Tim May on at 7:30. If you catch my drift. This one might be tough for you. He was talking about Calvin Simpson Hunt, and he likes to say this word. He is the hatchet. He's donned him the nickname, the Hatchet from Where. That's a deep track. That's what he said. Calvin Simpson Hunt, the Hatchet from Where? 614-821-9710. Get that into Shark. You'll be walking away with a $50 gift card over there to our good friends over at Roosters. So, first AP poll was released yesterday in the preseason. Georgia comes in at number 1. Ohio State swiftly following them at number 2. Top 3 mirrors. And I didn't give like a deep dive, Bob, to look at the differences between the top 10 and the coaches poll and the AP poll, but at first glance,
subtle.
They looked pretty similar. They looked almost like identical. So I saw Jerry Emick tweet this out yesterday. The Ohio State football team will begin the 2024 season ranked number 2 in the AP Top 25 poll, extending its nation's best streak of preseason poll appearances. Active AP preseason poll, Ohio State is number 1 in the country, again, being ranked in the preseason in the AP Top 25. This is a reign that has lasted 36 years.
Long may they reign.
I am 32 years old. That streak was alive before I was even born.
That's pretty solid, Beam.
And different coaches, too, in that.
It was John Cooper's first year, coming off Earl Bruce's final season. They lost to Indiana in 87 and 88. And if you think about Alabama, Beam, that deal only lasted Nick Saban. Oklahoma, Bob Stoops, Clemson with Dabo. Like, it has transitioned between Coop to Tress, even Fix 1 year, Urban, and now with Ryan Day. Like, it's pretty darn impressive. And it was only 1 year because they were ranked before with Earl. And I guess Shark was saying, I didn't know this, prior to that was 1979 was the only year they weren't ranked after Woody hit that kid. And then they went undefeated and lost to USC by what was that? You said a point, Shark? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
A point in the Rose Bowl. They win that game in 79. They win a national championship. Buckeyes.
Crazy to think.
Ohio State I've talked about this with Beau. I mean, it's remarkable since Woody got here, the sustained excellence without any. There's been like dips for a year, like bad year, and usually that's coach getting fired, new coach comes in, good year again. But there has never been a situation like with Florida right now. We're like, oh, gosh. Miami. Texas went through that. There's a lot of places that have gone through.
USC, Alabama, everybody.
Multiple poor coaching hires or bad seasons.
Yeah.
And Ohio State has not had that drought. You may be parched for a minute, but it's never been a sustained drought.
You haven't walked through a desert, right? You've always found the oasis pretty quickly. 36 straight years. You mentioned it. Oklahoma in second place, 11 years behind the Buckeyes at 25, Georgia at 23, Alabama currently going on 17 years.
What the all-time record is?
I don't know what the all-time record is. All-time consecutive ranked in the AP preseason.
I think it's Oklahoma. I don't know. That's a good. I feel like it might be Oklahoma or Nebraska from back in the day. Shark might know this.
Well, they didn't do a preseason poll. The AP poll started in 1936. They didn't do a preseason poll back then, but it has been around now for 75 years.
What did they do for content?
on talk shows, yeah. Sports talk shows in 1936. Anyway, the Buckeyes have been ranked in the preseason poll 71 times in the 75 years there have been preseason polls.
Pretty good.
Back-to-back years, 66 and 67 under Woody, they weren't ranked. And then 79 and
88.
88.
That'd be it. That's it. In the history of the AP poll, preseason poll, there's been 4 times. What year did you say it came out?
Well, what was 75 years ago? 1949?
That doesn't even make any sense.
Back then, when I was a kid, Beam, it was the top 20.
What was it like when they released that first poll, Shark? Did you go get the paper?
Wasn't around for that one, but I do remember it was always in basketball, too. It was always top 20.
You and little you were babysitting Schlegel back then?
No, we're the same age. I didn't babysit him.
You said he was a childhood hero.
Well, you babysit him now. How did this relationship between you and...
We don't have a relationship.
You said you call him on the phone.
I first met Art. I had a part-time job as Damon's sports director.
Did you invest with him?
I would be the guy that would put the Beamer. Do you remember Damon's?
I remember Damon's. Okay. I remember. So Town and Country was a shopping center in Dayton, right off of. It would have been 48 and somewhere else in Dayton, and I remember going there as a young lad, and it was great because they had all the big like projector TVs up on the walls, and they had those awesome little like gaming devices that you could do like trivia on,
like QB1 and sports trivia,
like all that good stuff. So I remember when we
changed the microphone or the speaker to hear what TV you wanted to listen to.
You could do that. I just remember going there was such a big deal for us.
Original quad box,
because we never really went out to like eat that much, and when we got together and were able to go out to eat to Damon's, it was a huge deal. So I remember Damon's.
So I had a part-time job as a sports director at Damon's in Grove City, and Art would come up from, he lived in Washington Courthouse. He would come up and he'd say, Shark, I need to see the New Mexico State, Fresno State basketball
I need some advice
game.
On this game.
And I was like, Art, I can't put that game up on the big screen here. We had 4 screens. Put major games on there. I said, but if you go back to the bar, we had TVs back there. I'll put the game on for you back there. And Art wouldn't have this is before cell phones. He'd have his stack of quarters and he'd go into the men's room every so often into a pay phone and make a little wager. And I don't think Art would be mad at me for saying this because
he pretty well documented.
Yeah, he's got a problem. So I'm up in Ashland on Saturday for a cookout with Jeff Snook, my high school buddy, who owns a cabin on a lake up there. And he's talking about Art in the 1980 Rose Bowl after the game going to Santa Anita to bet the horses with his dad.
It's a beautiful track. Got the mountains in the background.
And I said, is there any truth to the rumor that Art used to go to the track here in Columbus with Earl? And he said, no, I've heard that story for years.
Let me tell you something, buddy. You think you'd catch Earl Bruce out there at the racetrack? Maybe to get Art out of there.
I said, I've heard that story many times that Earl and Art went to the track, Cider Downs, Beulah Park. So Snook said, let me call him. So he calls Art, and he sticks me on the phone. I said, Art, I'm sorry for getting you out of bed. Did you and Earl ever go to the track together? And he was like, yeah, maybe 4 or 5 times. He said, what I remember is going to Santa Anita after the Rose Bowl. But it wasn't with Earl. So anyway, Art, he's trying to hang in there. He's got a lot of health issues.
Thanks for sharing that, Sharky.
Sure.
Congrats to Billy from Lancaster. Calvin Sims-Hunt is the hatchet from where?
I can't even pronounce it now.
Waxahachie.
Waxahachie.
Tim May said, I just had to bring that up because I like to say it. And I said, all right, Tim, that's good. Congratulations, Billy from Lancaster, winning the $50 gift card to our good friends over at Roosters. Browns battling the injury bug, looking for a new stadium. We're going to check with Uncle Beau about it next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching some lingering slowdowns on 33 westbound on the southeast side because of a crash from earlier this morning. Also watching crews respond to a crash on I-670 westbound right near Cassidy Avenue that has the left lane blocked. And watch for a disabled vehicle on I-270 southbound right near Dublin Granville Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's D. Miller. Guys, if you're only middle-aged but wondering why it seems harder to keep up, you're not alone. It could be low testosterone. Testosterone replacement therapy can help you get back to your best, but not just any TRT. See the provider specialist at Low T Center. They offer advanced, personalized treatments with over a decade of experience. At Low T Center, you'll start with a simple test and get your results back in about 25 minutes. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Now open in Reynoldsburg and coming soon to Polaris.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ah, the sounds of back-to-school time. There's plenty to about this time of year, so let Cane's take something off your plate by putting something on it, like hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Hey, it's Bobby. When it comes to tackling your project as important as your roof, you want a company that cares about the product and experience they're going to deliver. At Newman Roofing, you're more than just a number. They believe in 100% customer satisfaction. And for your roofing needs, give them a call at 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
We don't talk politics on The Fan. We'd rather talk about things that unite us, like the exciting Buckeye season ahead and pizza. How about the rebirth of the Jackets and pizza? Your home of the Buckeyes, Jackets, pizza, and no politics. The Fan.
While the world whizzes by, enjoy a moment of me time with Tim Hortons' $6 breakfast bundle. Savor a small hot or iced coffee. Then add your choice of a mouth-watering hot breakfast sandwich and a crispy golden hash brown. And your pick of a classic donut. All for $6. All just for you. Make your mornings all about me time with our $6 breakfast bundle. Available at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. Price and participation vary. Terms apply.
It's a great feeling doing business with John Hinderer Honda.
It's a great feeling doing business means we're one of the highest rated nationally in customer service. We have one of the largest selections of Hondas, and we make service simple with car convenience and mobile service, all while serving Central Ohio for over 30 years. John Hinderer Honda, Route 79 in Heath, or HindererHonda.com. Open Sundays.
It's a great feeling doing business with John Hinderer Honda.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ALL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ALL to 321-321. That's ALL to 321-321.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Here's along here, a little Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. And at this time every Tuesday, we check in with our favorite uncle.
Beau knows bourbon. Beau knows fashion. Beau knows horseback riding. But most importantly, Beau knows Browns.
Sponsored by High Bank Distillery, home of the best blended whiskey in America. Grab a bottle or dine in at their 2 restaurant locations in Grandview and Gahanna. Drink local, drink High Bank.
What's going on, Unc? Happy Tuesday to you. Happy football season.
Holy smokes, we're inching closer, boys. We had, in the 7th grade, they had number selection day yesterday, which was that's a big day for the kids.
Boys go with low numbers, single digits.
They all want 1 to 19. Yeah. Anything 1 to 19 is what they want, and then select numbers out there. I don't know. I mean, so I'm not coaching 12-year-old NBC this year. He's on his own. Well, they don't. Junior high, they pay coaches. So
he's at 7th grade. He's 7th grader.
7th grade. So
nice.
There's no. I'm out of everything. No basketball, no football, no lacrosse. He's on his own. All paid coaches.
I don't know.
So.
Dennis Hopper did a pretty good job coaching his son in Hoosiers. I think you could do that, Beau.
Listen, all I want to be is a combination of shooter in Hoosiers, maybe not quite that drunk all the time, and then Buddy Garrity. That's it. And I just
what about Tim McGraw?
Booster. He's a little intense. I like Buddy better. Like I'd love to have a little car dealership, little barbecue joint, plant some mailboxes. Who gets hurt? That's all I want is to do that. I'm good. So the thing though with the uniforms is, it drives me nuts when people are like, it doesn't matter what the number is. It's what it says on the front or whatever. It's like, no, it matters to kids, right? And usually the people who say that, they probably wanted a specific number when they were young too, right? So the thing that's hard is, everybody wants those low numbers or some of the double digits. And it's like, how do you do that? What's the way do you do it? Do you do it on merit? Like starters pick first, best players pick first? How do you do it?
I think it's a trial by combat. It's probably the best way to do it.
Oklahoma drill.
To the death for number 2.
You may have to get Braun out there for you. Who knows what happens?
Yeah, they did. So their coaches did like a combination of starters and then merit. So like effort in practice and that type of stuff. So yeah, so he ended up getting the number that he wanted. He picked near the top, so he got to pick the number he wanted. So that was pretty cool. But it's funny, like you see some of these kids walking out with like a 46, and you go, God, I can't sell 46, buddy. I can come up. I got a pretty I'm like thinking like Tim McDonald, Todd Christensen. Like there's not a whole lot of 46s running around.
47, fine.
47's easy.
Yeah.
I can do 47 in my sleep. I mean, honestly, like I think 46, 48, under 50. 49, those are tough, dude. Those are tough sells, those ones.
Ironically, you mentioned 49. I'll always be burned in my head because E.J. Underwood, who was a very talented corner that had come in here with us in the 02 class, he wanted number 2. They gave him 49 as fresh. Like, they just gave us numbers.
Sure.
Like, I was 42 because that's what was in my locker when I showed up. And A.J. was 47 because that's where he was when he was there. And you know what? It worked out pretty well.
Worked out great.
Well, and we had like a good group of guys in our locker room and like in our corners because they used to do it by numbers. I'm like, when I got older, I could have maybe changed numbers, but I didn't really want to leave my real estate then at that point. I had a corner locker. It just so happened that I got one of the corner spots. And it was a good one. And I remember EJ got in trouble and like he was borderline going to be suspended, like ineligible or something. And so they wouldn't let him wear 2, and they made him wear 49 again. And they put him back at corner in 49, which it was bad. It was brutal. Like
remember Ray Small, yeah. Yeah, right. Remember he went to 82? Just put him in 82?
Yeah, that's what they, like, if you're in trouble, take your uniform.
It was like 4, and then next thing you know, he's in 82. And I'm like, well, I guess off the field, we're not doing all the things we need to do here.
Yeah, you don't get to wear the sweet jersey. That's pretty good. I guess my son never really thought about that. Never hasn't cared a ton, but it's
so he isn't. There isn't a. So how old? RJ's what?
He'll be a freshman.
Oh, freshman.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't picking it as a freshman anyway. But as an 8th grader, did he pick?
I mean, I think they kind of just assigned it, but he was always kind of agnostic on it. He's kind of one of the few kids, and I think he plays defensive line, and they gave him 64, which was Jimmy Cordell's number at Ohio State. Which
that was me. I was a 64.
He's a Lancaster guy, so I think that there was some tie to that, because it's maybe not the most glamorous number, but there was like that emotional connection, and so he appreciated it.
Yeah, I mean, you can make almost anything look cool. I do think those high 40s are tough. I think
they are.
Those are tough sells there. I think about anything else, you can make it work if you have to.
Hey, so the Browns have had an interesting week with the stadium debacle. I don't want to say debacle, but I mean, last week we got the renderings for the new Brook Park Stadium, saying that we want to move down there. What is it, like 140 acres or something like that? Multiple billions of dollars. They're going to put a dome over. And then the city said, well, you can't really do that. And then we don't want you to leave. So they're coming back up with a plan. And then Cuyahoga County said, you're not moving. Like it's kind of a mess.
It's contract negotiation, right? So I would just say don't get too lost in the minutia of it because the big picture is going to be the big picture. So just think about this from the Cuyahoga County perspective. For those who aren't familiar, the city of Cleveland is in Cuyahoga County, okay? So the county is saying we would rather have $500 million or $600 million of money spent in our county rather than $2.4 billion. Just think about that for a second. Which one benefits the county more?
The 2.4.
Which number's bigger?
Yeah, I mean,
2.4 with the B or 500 with an M? The B. So why would they ever not want that? There's no sense in it, right? So I think it's just a public negotiation that's trying to take place. And look, the price tag publicly is high. It would obviously match what Nashville is doing for the Titans. That was $1.2 billion public and then $1.2 billion private. So I think that number would match what's going on down there. But I would say, like, right now, this is just a public negotiation taking place. You cannot retrofit that place on the water. You can't. That stadium was built in a hurry. It was not in the top half of the league when they built it. It hasn't been in the top half of the league in 20-some years. They built a stadium with really 2 ways in. If you guys have been up there to a game, there's really 2 ways in. Like, think how stupid that is. So, there's a lot of problems with the place on the lake, and I think it'll all get done fine, but I think it's just a lot of public posturing at the moment.
What's going on with the injury bug, too? I mean, I know they traded for Nick Harris. Our guy Whip going down over the weekend. I mean, they just can't. They can't catch a break.
Nobody can. It's, I don't know. I think one thing that I've noticed, guys, is nobody really knows what to do with preseason football.
Yeah.
They don't know how to attack it. Like sometimes starters are playing, sometimes they're not. Like the Browns have the Vikings coming in this week on Wednesday, and they're going to treat those as their preseason game. The Wednesday practice, the Thursday practice against the Vikings, that's where they're going to get their work done, and then the game on Saturday is going to be nothing. So nobody really knows how to do it. I think some of the stuff, if you're looking for a real point of concern for them, and I do think this is very real, it's left tackle. That's a real problem because Big Thanos is their best tackle. He was their best tackle before all the injuries. They knew it. He was always going to start it right. It's not like he's taking advantage of anything. Like he's always the guy. But the left side, they were going to either move either Jed, who had been that first-round pick from a couple years ago, or Jack Conklin, who's been an All-Pro a couple of times on the right side. He was going to play left. I saw them both yesterday at camp, but neither one has dressed ever. So right now it's a swinging door at left tackle. And like yesterday at one point, I looked over and Miles was going up against some poor sap who was playing left tackle. And I just went, well, you're not going to get anything accomplished here. I mean, Miles is there in a millisecond. Deshaun throws an interception, and it's like, okay, well, you're wrecking practice, Miles. No one can get anything done. So that's the problem they're in right now. That's their one real concern is left tackle.
Yeah, I can see that. If I told you, Beau, that Beam has not been alive since Ohio State was unranked to start a season.
Yeah. I mean, when was the last time?
1988.
And I wonder what led to that.
That was after they fired
Earl's out in 86, right?
87.
Mm-hmm.
That was
so
Coop's
this was
first
year one of Coop?
Yeah.
88's year one of Coop. Yeah. Look, it's why we're so blessed, right, Bob? I mean, you guys are Ohioans. Bob, you played there. I've been here since 07. This program has never dipped in our lifetimes. Yeah. Like, just think about that. To be relevant since Woody, 50-plus years of being in the mix. Nobody else can claim. There's not another program in the country that can claim that.
Everyone's had the dip.
Everyone's had a dip. Bama's had several dips. Like, no one's immune to it. Anybody, and one wrong coach, and it can happen. They've hired one great coach after another. I mean, Coop is, if you think about, obviously, all the Michigan stuff and all that, he's a Hall of Fame coach. He's a Hall of Famer. Like, you're talking about Woody, Earl, Coop, Tress, Urban, Ryan, Luke for the 1 year. There's not one bad hire in the mix. They're all great. Like, it's remarkable. And then there is really no other example of it in the country. Nobody else has a run like this.
Sharky said it's, 75 years, Shark? 75 years they've been doing the AP preseason poll. Only 4 times has Ohio State been unranked. In 75 years, heading into the season. Doesn't make sense.
I mean, no, it doesn't. And that's why I never look, I know that probably there are people who thought, boy, would it be nice to get another national title under Urban. And certainly some of the best and most talented teams here didn't. Mostly the best, most talented teams don't win national titles. It's usually a year before, a year after when they win one. But to be in the mix and to get at bats every year for 3/4 of a century is stupefying. Truly.
Uncle, always appreciate the time. Have a great show today.
My pleasure, boys. Take care.
Here he goes. Uncle Beau with us every single Tuesday at this time. We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching lingering slowdowns on 33 westbound coming in from the southeast side. Also, we are watching a crash on 670 westbound right near the airport. Crews have the left lane blocked, clearing that out right now. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Bobby Carpenter's dad and retired pro football player Rob Carpenter was tired of dealing with knee pain, but finally found relief without surgery at QC Kinetics.
Yeah, this was nothing really like a surgery. I mean, it was not painful, and the results were good. And, I'm walking out the door and walking pain-free, so it was a good experience.
Dr. Tessner and the medical professionals at QC Kinetics treat patients like Rob using regenerative medicine that helps heal and restore damaged joints with no downtime.
I wasn't really exercising much, and I gained weight because of that. So the upside of it obviously is I'm able to exercise without any pain or stiffness in the knee, and it's got my cardiovascular system back into shape, and I feel a lot better. And again, lost the weight. So what more can you ask for?
Call QC Kinetics for your complimentary consultation in Dublin or Gahanna. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. Or go to qckinetics.com/Columbus.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now. Do you feel that? The season is getting closer. Buckeye football comes your way in 18 days. Every game, every season. Proud to be your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. The people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, partly cloudy, high 84. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 87. A chance of showers on Thursday with a high of 87. A chance of showers again on Friday with highs in the middle to upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Wrapping things up here. The Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. We here on the Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Uncle Beau and the boys going to be up after we're done Tuesdays
with Taberry.
With Taberry coming up here at 10:33. Uncle Dom stopping by.
We don't have time to outline it all, but Beam, you're telling me these remarkable stories, fun, drama, like family stuff. Here's the best part. When you tell a story that is personal to you, that involves like friends, family, like serious moments, and as you're telling the story, it sounds like it could have been written for The Office. They're great. They're great because that's life imitating art or art. I'm not even sure which, but those things happen. People are like, this stuff is crazy. No one would ever do that. I'm like, oh yes,
there are people alive that will.
Don't underestimate some people's, I guess, social naivety, awkwardness, like just inability to read a room.
Lack of a...
My mom would always say, have some couth. And I was like, what does that mean? She's like, just be appropriate where you're at.
Yeah.
Like, have some...
Just do that.
I'm like, okay. And the story, maybe one day you'll tell it, but it's like, I could not even... you have to laugh about it because you can't do anything else.
I'll share it one day. It was one of the crazier things I've ever experienced in my life, and it was so bad that I almost laughed. In a situation where there should have been no laughing involved. Hop into the YouTube chat. You can always watch us every morning and throughout the day on all of our shows. Speed Ski says that Town and Country in Damon's was huge and amazing. So the way that the Town and Country, Shark, you were at the one you said over in Grove City?
Yeah.
So you were there. The one in Town and Country, I will always remember it because in that same shopping plaza in Dayton, there was a freestanding Marion's, and then there was a Marion's like 5 minutes down the road on like Woodman, which was great. The two locations were that close to each other. There was always a Friendly's in there before like they closed up shop. But this Town and Country Shopping Center was really one of the more remarkable places because I think when I think of shopping center or, like mini mall, you think that, all right, well, all these are just individual storefronts, It's like you go in the door of one, you exit, and then you go in the door of another
It's a strip
place.
mall.
Yeah, a strip mall. And so this place was great because there was some sort of, maybe like a TJ Maxx or something close thereof.
Sure.
Something like that, where they
Place
sold
that Tim Hall
clothes
would
and
go.
trinkets and knickknacks, all these different kinds of things. And
Jerseys that are 6 years old.
yeah, right. Like, where can I get this jersey? I know just the place. My mom would always shop there, too. It would drive me crazy. She, of course, had, like, the bargain card, so we'd go in there anytime we would go to Damon's. But Damon's was great because, you could play sports trivia and you could listen to the games on the little, like, mini handsets that they would give you. But it was so weird because you would have to walk in, and it really was like a mini mall where all the shops were connected with each other inside of the front, like, facade of the building.
Yeah.
And I had never experienced that before. And now with, like, the death of shopping malls, I kind of want it back. I kind of want the nostalgia. I mean, I know we were talking to Schlegel a little bit earlier, going back in time. I kind of miss that.
Kind of miss the five for $5 Arby's.
And there was nothing really in that shopping center other than what I remember. There was like a popcorn stall that was always open, but nobody ever went to, which may or may not have been a money laundering business. And then there was this other knick-knack trinket store, and then the Damon's. And that was it. And it was always crowded. Like, it was always packed. Always packed.
I love Damon's. Shark, do you ever go to the one on Olentangy? That's the one you worked at.
Yeah. No, I worked at the one in Grove City.
Oh, that's
but
right.
yeah, I went to a lot of them. Loved their ribs. I loved their burgers. They had
The food
great
was
burgers.
good.
We
got to bring them back.
They're not around anymore, right?
No,
No
they're
Damon's
not.
exist.
Long gone.
They had one in the Lancaster Mall, the River Valley Mall, for a long time. And
They were really the first sports bar that I remember, and then all the other sports bars took off. But yeah,
Was that a local? I mean, was that a national place or?
I don't think so.
No, I think
the
they're Ohio.
headquarters were here. yeah.
Damon's Grill? Is that what it was called?
That's it. There might be a couple open.
Location? No, this looks different.
It was Damon's, the place
that's
for
like some
ribs.
sort of
It was called
beach.
Damon's, the place for ribs.
That's a beach place,
No,
Beeb.
that's down in Myrtle Beach. And I was hoping, because Myrtle Beach is kind of
Yeah, don't click
last-
on that.
it was kind of the last. If there's ever something that's going out of business
Hey.
and you want to find one in the U.S., there's always one in Myrtle Beach.
Fan poll. I think there's still Hooters down there, too. Fan poll for tomorrow, Shark. Should they bring back Damon's?
Yes. Yes, they should.
I bet you'd get overwhelming yes.
100% you would. Then you can have Tito doing trivia again. Isn't that how you guys met, Shark, back in the day?
He claims that he met me back then. I don't remember him.
Oh, you were big time.
When I
Shark.
started working at the Fan 10 years ago, he said, hi, I'm Tito. I met you at Damon's. I was like, I don't remember you.
You're the weirdo sitting at the bar by yourself every Tuesday night talking to yourself during trivia. Before we get out of here today, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. Will the Bengals sign Jamar Chase to a contract extension before the regular season starts? Yes or no? It doesn't
I would think yes, but it doesn't seem to be trending that way.
No, and Mike Brown said, I'm the cards are kind of the cards right now, so I don't know what's going to go on. I will say no, they will not get that deal done because he's still got a couple of years left on his contract. Bob, I had so much fun with you today. What do you say we reconvene for you on Friday? A-Ward Sports will be in here Wednesday, tomorrow, if they allow us. You good with that?
School's starting, Beam.
Yes, it is. Everybody have a fantastic day. Uncle Beau and the boys are up next. We're back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Tuesday right now. Just one crash we're following over on I-670 westbound. The left lane slightly blocked off near the airport as crews work to clear up a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
The Guardians find themselves back tied with the most wins in Major League Baseball with 70, tied with the Orioles, Yankees, and Dodgers. The Guardians are minus 210 to win the AL Central. They have the fourth best odds to win the American League at plus 650, and the seventh best odds to win the World Series at 18-1. Dodgers are the current World Series favorite at plus 310. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And aspiring comedian.
That's fun. What's your best joke?
All right, two windows were hanging out side by side. The first window says, "Sure is a hot day." The other one says, "Ah,
Yeah, a talking window.
That's pretty good, Wilson.
Bet you can't top that one.
Well, at Pella, we don't have the talking windows, but we do have the windows your friends will talk about.
Dang it, that's good.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years, and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
At Lowe's, we know how to save pros time and money. Save 20% on 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense or Cabot Stain. Plus, save 15% on your choice of 6 or more Purdy items. And get free same-day delivery to the job site when you order by 2 p.m. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 8/21 while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See store or Lowe's.com for details. Must be single receipt purchase. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Hear that? The soothing sounds of a bubble bath. And if you were here, you'd smell a single cedar leaf candle. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. So if you ride, get back on the road and enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance from Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. And then take a shower, because it's fast, like your motorcycle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roadside assistance may require comprehensive coverage. Not available in all states.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam over here for my great friends over at Wendy's. And Wendy's new saucy nugs, well, they're here. That means the best nugs in the entire game are now even better. You can choose between Wendy's iconic crispy or spicy nugs covered in bold, flavorful sauces, including buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and even spicy ghost pepper. Eat them with a fork, eat them with your hands, eat them for lunch, eat them after midnight. There's no wrong answer. For a whole new way to nug, it's got to be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later at participating U.S. Wendy's.